Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. Online Games. Super God Level Talent, 100 times the attributes. Chapter 1. Binhai University. Dormitory 201. Gods. Global Server. Currency Exchange. 100% Virtuality. Can this be true? Afim. Seeing that the S3 season is about to start, several gangsters actually joined forces to make a game. Can it be simple? TCH, we might as well start fighting. We are a stronger group this season. By the way, what profession do you want to play in? Mage. Must be a mage. In-game currency can be exchanged for real currency in real time. You can make money as soon as you enter. If you hit the top, you might be able to cross the class. Shish, it's 10 o'clock, the game will start soon. Qin Fei did not participate in the discussion. He leaned on the bed alone and clicked on the game bracelet. The countdown above is about to end. 3, 2, 1. Drop. The moment Qin Fei pressed the start button, his entire consciousness went dark, and when he reacted, he was already in a bright hall. Welcome to the world of gods. Real. Qin Fei feels a bit magical. He was still playing LOL on his laptop last month, but this month he will be able to enter the fully virtual game. Gods. Global Joint Research and Development. No props are sold, there is no GM, and even the 5 gangsters have no management rights. Everything is managed by intelligent AI. Everyone who enters the gods for the first time can draw a talent. Extract. Qin Fei thought silently in his heart. Ding. Congratulations on getting a super god level talent, 100 times the attributes. Super god level. The previous game announcements did not introduce the levels of talents, and it is not known what level the super god level is. 100 times attribute. Basic attribute value increased by 100 times. Ah, are you sure you wrote this number correctly? Although Qin Fei doesn't know the talent level, he still has some idea of the value of 100 times. Basic attributes. The maximum level up is 5 points. If calculated as 100 times, wouldn't my level 1 be equal to someone else's level 100? Hiss. Panel. Ding. Please confirm your race, occupation, and character name first. Tisk. Qin Fei hurriedly checked the panel, but he didn't expect that he had to choose his race and profession first. Gods is a large-scale game set in a magical world with a large number of races. When you first enter the game, there are 6 major races to choose from. Elves, orcs, dwarves, undead, demons, and humans. There will be differences in basic attributes and growth between different races, and each has its own advantages and disadvantages. Human race. Qin Fei had already thought about it. Now his talent is attribute bonus, so it doesn't matter which race he chooses. As for the image, you can use it with slight modifications. Qin Fei is still confident about his appearance. Career-wise. In the early stage of the human race, the options include warriors, mages, archers, assassins, and priests. Warrior. It's not that you can't afford magic, but it's more cost-effective to cut it flat. Moreover, it's your first time to play a fully virtual game. Wouldn't it be nice to have something that feels comfortable? Character name. Fatian Emperor. Qin Fei always uses this name when playing games. After all, it is a game, why not be more arrogant? If you are still submissive after playing a game, you might as well go home and plant sweet potatoes. Ding. The character has been created successfully. Will be transferred to Novice Village soon. Before Qin Fei could speak, the scene in front of him changed again. A standard otherworld-style village. Qin Fei appeared out of thin air in the center of the village, with only a few people beside him, curiously looking at the surrounding scenery. It seems that most people have difficulty choosing. Panel. This time, there were no surprises. Flying Emperor. Level. 0. Occupation. Warrior. Title. None. Talent. 100 times attributes. Strength. 1000. Each point of strength increases physical attack power by 1 point. Agility. 1000. Each point of agility increases attack speed and movement speed by 0.1%, and increases basic dodge and hit by 1 point. Wisdom. 1000. Each point adds 0.6 points of magic attack power and 2 points of magic value. Physique. 1000. Each point increases health by 3 points and basic defense by 0.3. HP. 3100. Basic HP 100. Magic value. 2010. Basic magic 10. Physical attack, 1000. Magic attack, 600. Attack speed, 3.6 per second. Basic attack speed 1.8 per second. Defense, 300. If the levels are the same, each point of defense resists 1 point of attack damage. The upper limit is 75%. Dodge value, 1000. If the levels are the same, each point of dodge value increases the dodge probability by 0.1%, with an upper limit of 75%. Hit value, 1000. If the levels are the same, each hit value increases the hit probability by 0.1%, with the upper limit of 100%. Crit rate, 5%. Basic critical rate 5%. Moving speed, 14 meters per second 100%. Basic movement speed 7 meters per second. Skill, none. Equipment, none. Puff, over 1,000 attacks. 1,000 lives. The 4-dimensional attributes are all over 1,000. Ah, are you kidding? Qin Fei rubbed his eyes and read it carefully 3 times. That's right. Talent is indeed 100 times the attributes. Even the initial attributes are 100 times. Hiss. Phew. Qin Fei took a deep breath and calmed down his excitement a little. The next second, Qin Fei looked up to the sky and shouted, "I am invincible!" Question mark, question mark, question mark. The new player who just arrived was startled by Qin Fei. Follow closely, someone said with disdain. What the hell, this is just the beginning and you are already invincible. Oh, young, I take it you don't know how difficult this game is, right? Tell you, the 5 gangsters plan to decide the outcome in this game. The strength and influence in the game can even affect the actual allocation of resources. It's good if ordinary people can make a living there, but you still want to be invincible. Ah, as soon as these words came out, the other players looked shocked. Is there such a thing? Oh no, then if I'm among the first batch to come in, wouldn't it be a huge advantage? The words have not yet fallen. A large number of teleportation lights were seen, and a famous player sprung up like mushrooms after a rain. The village that was empty a moment ago will become crowded in the blink of an eye. The player who arrived first finally reacted at this moment, turned around and rushed out. Qin Fei is not in a hurry. Really, there's no rush at all. Any step forward would seem to be a lack of respect for this panel. Get the skills first, then go to the boss. On the road, Qin Fei continued to study the attributes. In addition to attack and life, the attributes in other dimensions are also full. Hit at the same level, 100%. Dodge at the same level, reaching the upper limit of 75%. Defense. Are there any monsters in Novice Village whose attack can exceed 300? Qin Fei expressed considerable doubts about this. It seems, skills and weapons are not necessary for me for the time being. Far away, an old man with a stooped figure and a white beard was already surrounded by the crowd. It seems that he should be the village chief. Dear adventurers, there is no mission that you can accept here. You should first go to the blacksmith shop to find old Hank. Only with his approval can I safely let you go out to fight against monsters. Otherwise, I will not let you go out and die. The little old man was shouting almost hoarsely, but no one believed him, and more people gathered around him. Impossible, you must have a hidden mission here. Village chief, look at my talent. How can I compare to ordinary adventurers? So no matter how difficult the task is, I can guarantee it to be completed. Alas, the village chief couldn't help but let out a long sigh. The lowest level of the evil goblin in the eastern mountain range is level 10. If you encounter the leader patrolling the mountain, you won't even be able to see its face, and it will be killed by a spear. Good, a player excitedly said. The leader of the goblin in the eastern mountains, right? I'm going to kill him now. If you want to die, just go ahead. After the village chief finished speaking, he turned around with a dark face. Ah, the players were confused. Where's the mission? You don't give me a mission, how can I kill him? But no matter how he shouted, the village chief ignored him. When Qin Fei saw this, there was no need to squeeze in. Is the goblin leader the boss? Hope so. Qin Fei turned around and left. When passing by the blacksmith shop, the crowd there was even more exaggerated. It's beyond words. The noisy crowd directly submerged the blacksmith shop, and even the chimney was nowhere to be seen. Good guy, let's kill the boss first. Qin Fei was also surprised by the players' enthusiasm. Such a grand occasion. I probably only saw it when I was a kid and played Mew for the first time. The attraction brought by the global server and currency exchange is really beyond the comparison of ordinary games. Find the map and arrive outside the village. The first batch of players to receive weapons are already killing slimes wandering in the fields. As long as someone finds traces of the monster. Immediately, a large group of people rushed over noisily. One person at a time. Chopped to death with random knives. Slime probably never thought in his life that it would suffer such hell-like torture. Sister Lee, do they have any experience in grabbing monsters like this? I'm not sure, there should be a little bit. Ahead. Two girls walked side by side. It's stunning. The girl on the left has snow-white skin, carries a wooden long bow, has flowing silver hair, pointed ears, has an extraordinary temperament, and her facial features are so exquisite that they are almost perfect. The woman on the right is taller, has slender legs, and is extremely enchanting. Her silver hair was slightly curly, her animal ears were pointed upward, and a pure white fox tail behind her was swaying in the wind. If you look carefully, it seems that even people's minds will be pulled in and sway along with it. Perfect. Even though Chin Fei has seen many game characters, he still wants to scream perfection at this moment. With this beautiful view in front of him, he was not in a hurry. The two beauties seemed to have no intention of participating in the monster grabbing, but kept walking eastward along the path. After a while, the few people are getting further and further away from the village, and the players are becoming less and less visible. Hey, why are you following us? The elf girl in front suddenly turned around and scolded Chin Fei. Have it. Chin Fei shrugged disdainfully. The road is so big and it doesn't belong to your family. Snort. The elf girl didn't believe this, so she rubbed the tip of her nose and said, we have racial bonuses and can move faster than you, but you still managed to catch up. Do not talk. The beauty of the fox tribe turned around and held her down, then looked at Chin Fei and said, you have a good talent. Since you are all here, why don't we form a team together? Sister Lee. The elf girl was a little confused. The normal movement speed of the human race cannot catch up with us. Since he can keep up, he must have some talent. The beauty of the fox tribe explained. The attributes of the goblin leader are unknown. One more person means more helpers, no problem. Quote. The elf girl was still a little unhappy, but, look, he doesn't even have a weapon. Ha, Chin Fei smiled. Are you moving very fast? Don't understand. Chin Fei has 1,000 points of agility and a 100% movement speed bonus. He really didn't notice whether they were speeding up just now. As for weapons, who said you must have weapons to kill monsters? Kill monsters without weapons. Could it be done by hand? Even if you don't want to form a team, there's no need to talk nonsense, right? The beauty of the fox tribe obviously did not expect that the other party had such a bad attitude. Since we don't plan to form a team, let's go our separate ways. Chin Fei waved his hand casually and looked forward. Snort. The elf girl was even angrier than before. Sister Lee, I said he is definitely not a good person. Ha. The fox tribe beauty's eyes narrowed slightly. It doesn't matter, he will reveal his secret when we get to the place. Then what if he takes away our leader? He. While the fox tribe beauty chuckled, she suddenly reached out and rubbed her cute and smart little ears. What are you thinking about in your little head? Even if we are fully prepared, we are not 100% sure of killing the leader. He is alone. Why? Aha, makes sense. The elf girl suddenly became interested. Let's go and watch him make a fool of himself. Chin Fei didn't know what the two people behind were talking about. I was just stopping by to look at the scenery, but who knew I would end up causing a lot of trouble. It's fine now, the sky is light and the clouds are light. The sky in the world of gods seems to be bluer and more transparent than reality. At this time, the sound of shuttlecocks suddenly came from the grass taller than a person on the roadside. Follow closely. A black shadow suddenly jumped out of the grass. Monster. Chin Fei caught a glimpse of the other party's figure out of the corner of his eye. His huge head felt bigger than the water tank in his hometown. Subconsciously turning sideways. Whoosh. The monster then drove away from Chin Fei. At the same time, gray fonts appeared above the monster's head. Lost. This dodge is so smooth. Chin Fei sighed secretly and looked along the trajectory of the other person rushing out. Mountain Wild Boar. Level 8. Attack Power 85. HP 800. Skill Impact. Rubbish. Qin Fei shook his head and sighed softly. However, this should be near the mountains, and the goblin activity area should not be far away. Ouch, ow. The mountain wild boar seemed to have heard Qin Fei's evaluation, and was even more angered by the failure just now. At this moment, it rolled over in the grass, turned around and rushed back with even more fierce steps. Come on. The elf girl clapped her hands in the distance and said, Come on, piggy, kill that little villain. The other side, Qin Fei kept his pace and slapped his backhand. Snapped. With a hit value of 1000 points, the slap was successfully intercepted without any surprise, and was thrown in the face of the mountain wild boar. Click. The sound of skull cracking sounded. The head of the mountain boar also became distorted at a speed visible to the naked eye. It seems that it is not a wild boar head, but a soft slime. Miso miso miso. The mountain wild boar was whipped into the air and spun around for more than 10 times before landing with a thud. -902. Hurt bursts out, but the mountain boar's health bar is gone. A slap. Shoot to death. Ah! The elf girl who was watching from a distance was so frightened by this scene that her mouth opened wide, and her jewel-like pupils were filled with dullness. What's the situation? Kill the wild boar instantly at the beginning. The beauty of the fox tribe felt as if she had been struck by lightning, and was frozen in place. The first day of service. Ah, no, it takes 10 minutes to start the server. He was suppressed by level, without weapons, and killed level 8 monsters with bare hands. Just kidding. Which race, which profession, and which talent can do it? The issue is, how much attack power does this require? Breaking 1000. It must be over 1000, but the key is to break through a few thousand. Among the gods, the initial hit value is very low, which will not only cause the attack to be lost, but also reduce some damage. 2000. Based on her understanding of the game, she would have to have at least 2000 attacks to be able to take this palm. Master. The beauty of the fox tribe can be sure that the man in front of her is definitely a master. Sister Lee, the elf girl turned around in disbelief. Is there a possibility that it was just an illusion? The beauty of the fox tribe also hopes so. But in front of me. That man was already picking up the loot. Drop. You have gained 150 experience points. Drop. You have upgraded. Drop. You have obtained silver coins x26. You got pig tooth necklace x1. The explosion rate is so high. When Qin Fei saw the necklace, he was surprised. Pig tooth necklace. Grade. Ordinary. Requirements. Level 0. Physical attack power. 10. HP. 35. Can Qin Fei equip the necklace? It's really not easy to explode the necklace in Novice Village. The properties are also good. The only pity is that there is no basic attribute bonus. In addition, wild boars also give a lot of experience points. Qin Fei was directly promoted to a level. All basic attributes are increased by 1 point, and there are also 5 points of free attributes. What to add? Full force. Full force. Qin Fei thinks there is no need to worry. 1 attribute point is 100 points, so why not use all the good steel on the blade? Panel. Flying Emperor. Grade 1. Occupation. Warrior. Title. None. Talent. 100 times attributes. Power. 1600. Agility. 1100. Wisdom. 1100. Physique. 1100. Health value. 3400. Magic value. 2210. Physical attack. 1600. Magic attack. 660. Attack speed. 3.78 per second. Defense. 330. Dodge value. 1100. Hit value. 1100. Crit rate. 5%. Moving speed. 14.7 meters per second. 110%. Skill. None. Equipment. None. This is only level 1. How come the hit rate is so high? Qin Feijun felt that it was a bit too much. Upgrade 1 level and get 900 more attributes. Good guy. This is not the concept of eating 1 piece to beat the past 5 pieces. But 1 piece is worth 100 pieces. Will the overly exaggerated bonus be too buggy? What the hell? Anyway, as the gods said in their propaganda, there will be no GM when the game is launched online, and bugs and cheats will not be punished through real power. The propaganda means that all these problems will be solved by the in-game mechanism. If you have the ability to block a bug and cause a huge impact, there will naturally be in-game power to deal with it. For example, national power in the game, or player power. Anyway, just one sentence. As long as this game is online, it will be in a free-flowing state. How capable you are is what you can do. Even, the promotion also encourages players to find bugs and quickly increase their strength. To this, Chin Fei only had one comment. You guys are a little too confident. The other side, the elf girl was completely unconfident. How abominable. How could he be so strong? Have no idea. It all happened so fast and so magical. The beauty of the fox tribe stayed for a long time before she realized that the other party had gone far away. She immediately frowned and said, "Chase. Invincible. It's just so laid back." Chin Fei traveled alone through the mountains without worrying about a sneak attack by monsters. After a while, the path comes to an end. Where is the goblin's territory? Chin Fei's map did not show it, and there was no trace of the monster here. Phew, call. There was a slight gasp from behind. Looking back, I saw the two beauties on the road just now. Are you looking for the goblin leader? The beauty of the fox tribe spoke first. Why are you following me? Chin Fei asked without answering. Friendly reminder, there is no road here. Exclamation mark question mark quote. The elf girl was yelled back just as she was about to speak, and her pretty face turned red instantly. I don't form a team. Chin Fei said again. Ah, the elf girl almost collapsed. Who said that I want to form a team with you? I'm so angry. Sister Li. Alas, the beauty of the fox tribe took a breath and finally said, we don't mean any harm, and we don't necessarily want to form a team. We just want to tell you that the goblin territory needs to go southeast for a while. As soon as these words came out, Chin Fei became even more confused. Why do you know so clearly? He is already among the first batch to enter the game. The mission was not accepted, and the weapons were not received. The two girls actually received their weapons and went out immediately, and they also knew the location of the goblin territory. To know, the official has never announced the map and content of Novice Village through any channels. Opposite, the look in the beautiful eyes of the fox tribe beauty was even more surprised than Chin Fei's. You're not a beta tester. Well, it's okay. Pity, Chin Fei has already heard. Is there really a closed beta? During this time, there are always people on Douyin saying that Gods has launched a closed beta in advance and is only open to some rich and privileged people. But as soon as this kind of message is sent out, it will be blocked immediately. Whether it is the Dragon Kingdom or other countries, they have officially refuted the rumors and made a solid guarantee that there is no internal beta server for the gods. No, I don't know what you are talking about. The beauty of the fox tribe looked calm at this moment, as if the words she just said were not hers. It doesn't matter. Chin Fei didn't care about the internal beta. There can be no absolute fairness in any world. You are also going to kill the goblin leader, right? The ugly talk is ahead. Even if you tell me the position of the leader, I won't let you go. Of course, if you want to argue, that's fine. When the time comes, you can each rely on your own abilities. When the elf girl heard this, she immediately puffed up her chest and said, Fight and fight. You don't have a strategy. It's impossible to take down the boss alone. But, you can't deliberately hide behind and peek. No wonder I had such a big reaction on the road before. It turns out there is a strategy. When Chin Fei thought of this, he immediately smiled and said, if you don't dare, it's okay for me to go first. No need to argue, you can fight first. The beauty of the fox tribe actually agreed, and then said, but, I have a condition. Explain. If you fail to challenge the leader, you must join our team and help us defeat the leader. No problem. Chin Fei thought for a moment and realized that he didn't seem to be losing anything. Cooperation achieved. Both parties add friends. A Bai Li. A Yao comes into my sister's arms. As for the names of the two sisters, Chin Fei can only say that one is normal and the other is not normal. Flying Emperor. When Yao reached her sister's arms, she stuck out her tongue at Chin Fei. Lu, you are really afraid that you can't hold it in such a loud breath. Yaoer. Bai Li's voice dropped. The elf girl immediately retreated like an angry child. Fei. Fatian Emperor, the goblin territory is ahead. Bai Li was also a little embarrassed by the name of this middle school student. Just sigh. Fortunately, it's not reality. What I can tell you in advance is that the goblins in the territory are proactively offensive, numbering at least 100, and equipped with long-range attack methods. In any game, monsters have attack settings. Passive. Only if you attack the monster will it attack back. This kind of monster is relatively safe and is also the basic setting in most games. Because of the attributes of most players, they are not qualified to spawn monsters alone. The active offensive type is the opposite and is very dangerous. As long as you enter the warning range of monsters, they will cause the opponent to attack. They will not tell you the rules. A mob is a mob. You attack once, and surrounding monsters can attack you 10 times. In order to pursue attack, the player's defense must be inferior to that of the monster, so he cannot withstand it at all. If the monster itself also has long-range attack methods, the difficulty will increase by several levels. Because the attack range of close monsters must be limited. Only 5 or 6 players can be touched until death. But once the long-range attack starts, it will be a storm, chasing you and killing you. Sometimes when you find that you can't hold it anymore and try to run away, it's already too late. The long-range attacks are chasing you, and you can't even run away. You know the punishment of death, right? Level drops, plus a 1-hour ban on online access. When Yao was in her sister's arms, the corner of her mouth raised in a beautiful arc. If you are afraid, it is not impossible to form a team with us now. You're too polite, I don't need it. Qin Fei moved forward alone, bypassing the shelter. In the distant mountain call, a wooden cottage actually appeared. There are doors, walls, and even 2 lookout towers. Take a closer look. There are 4 goblins inside the lookout, holding longbows and waiting in full formation. Okay, what the village chief said is conservative. Qin Fei thought. Their strategy was probably to find a way to lure out the goblins, and then use long-range bows and spells to slowly fight a war of attrition. In the end, as long as the archers at the observation tower are eliminated, they will be qualified to enter the mountain stronghold. Not that there is no chance. It's just going to be slow, very slow. He just walked over like that. Yao reached her sister's arms and rubbed her eyes in disbelief. The words were not spoken yet. I just heard the goblins on the mountain stronghold yelling something. The next second, whoosh whoosh whoosh, 7 or 8 arrows were directed at Qin Fei. -18. Dodge, dodge, dodge. -12. Dodge, dodge. That's it. Qin Fei slapped the arrows off his body and shook his head secretly. If it weren't for level suppression, their hit rate is not even estimated to be much. If not the defense cap. Even if they hit, I'm afraid they won't be able to do a single point of damage. But it doesn't matter. The loss of dozens of health points was restored to full in 1 second. Automatic, 0.1% health regeneration per second. Currently it's back to 0.34 o'clock. That's enough. Come on, do it. Let the storm come more violently. Qin Fei was very energetic, but his pace was extremely leisurely. What's the rush? There's no one here to grab the boss. The other side. Bai Li slapped herself on the forehead. No, that's not true. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. What's going on? What's the dodge value? Could it be overflowing? And that defense. Simply, absolutely perverted. This is the novice village, and you have a blank slate. No, you don't even have a blank slate, but you have already hit the defense to hundreds of points plus. Cannot look. Dao heart is broken. Bai Li had a feeling. She was afraid that it was a fake closed beta test. The one played by Fatian Emperor was the real closed beta test. The value is wrong. Totally wrong. Several rounds of arrows rained down. Qin Fei just had a few more holes in his clothes. Cottage lookout. The goblins' reaction was even more intense than Bai Li's, and they were so angry that they almost broke the long bow in their hands. Gala, Wu Dong, follow closely. The door of the cottage creaked open, and inside there was a larger goblin riding a gray wolf, holding a metal spear. Husala, boom, rows of goblin lancers rushed out, howling crazily under orders. The front, a dozen war spears reflected cold light, piercing straight side by side. PFF'd, tisk, 3 war spears stabbed directly in the face, but Qin Fei missed him, and the remaining 2 hit him. -8, -11. This amount of damage can't even be seen on Qinfei's health bar. 3,000 health points. Bai Li almost went blind, and finally calculated the value based on the ratio of the blood bar's beating. Hexagon Warrior. All attributes maxed out. Incomprehensible. The more Bai Li knew, the more outrageous it felt. If calculated by attributes, he is at least level 100. Sister Li, Yao reached her sister's arms and weakly tugged on her sleeves. Is there a possibility that he is not a player? Boss. He must be a super boss, right? Ah. When Yao reached her sister's arms, she suddenly exclaimed, covered her mouth with her hands and said, Sister Li, will he reveal his true colors later and kill us? I just added a friend. Bai Li let out a long sigh and looked at the friends list. She really wanted to hallucinate now, and Fatian Emperor's name would disappear from the list. Start at level 100. Horrible. She would rather believe that the other party is the boss, but cannot accept the facts in front of her. When Yao reached her sister's arms, she twitched her fingers and said, if you have a friend, it cannot be a boss. Either the account is reserved for internal testing, or it is possessed by the GM. Etc. Internal beta account retained. Bai Li froze instantly. She also tried this possibility during the internal beta test. However, no matter how many resources her family used, she was clearly told 3 words. Impossible. However, nothing is impossible in this world. If there is, it only means that you are not strong enough, nothing more. Hiss, Yaoer. Thinking of this, Bai Li took a deep breath and said solemnly, be careful what you say in the future. Don't offend him again. Yeah, Yaoer knows. Bai Li looked towards the battlefield, her eyes deeply taking in the figure of the other party. Flying Emperor. This is definitely not something our 2 families can afford to offend. In front of the cottage. After Qin Fei met the opponent's war spear, he punched randomly. Boom. The head of the leading goblin exploded on the spot. -2820 crit. ? Such a brutal blow directly shook the surrounding goblins to the point where they were trembling all over. Drop. You have gained 160 experience points. Qin Fei didn't stop and punched the side with his backhand again. Boom. The moment the goblin was punched, his chest collapsed, and the blood from his mouth spurted out like a volcano erupting. -1455. Still an instant kill. The level of goblins is several levels higher than that of mountain boars, but their health points are similar to those of mountain boars. Originally, goblins don't survive by relying on their strong health points. Unity and formation of troops are their most proud fighting strength. But now, a human just rushed into their faces with his bare hands. Completely ignore their attacks. A backhand punch can kill their brothers. Shame. This is goblins' disgrace. Who? Sarah. The goblin knight's voice was no longer as high-pitched as before, and instead, there was a sense of tragedy in the hoarseness. The goblins present turned their heads and stared at the stronghold, and shouted angrily at the same time. Call. Sarah. Follow closely. The goblins present no longer cared about their formation and rushed forward like crazy. Bang bang bang. How could Qin Fei be polite to them, relying on his extremely high attack speed? 3 punches per second. He took away 3 goblin lancers. Drop. You have upgraded. Click. Qin Fei twisted his neck. I have to say, the full virtual game feels really good. ? The goblins don't understand, but they know that they must stick to it. Call. Sarah. Charge. At this moment, they can only protect their homeland by charging. Qin Fei broke into the opponent's formation like chopping melons and vegetables. Both fists came out, 1 punch at a time. Every punch can accurately kill a goblin in an instant. Around him, several groups of blood mist can burst out every second. This is not called fighting. It's massacre. The last goblin knight has no fear. But the gray wolf beneath him was trembling. Husa. Boom. Qin Fei didn't have time to talk nonsense with him, so he punched him and sent the goblin and gray wolf flying away. Drop. You have gained 320 experience points. The guy with the loudest voice has more experience. Qin Fei glanced around. There was no more standing goblin on the battlefield at this moment. And his level has also reached level 5. Brief engagement. Even before the reinforcements from the village arrived, it was all over. Nearly 30 goblin lancers. Everyone was killed, no one survived. Flying Emperor. He is really too fierce. Bai Li simply couldn't figure out what kind of strength it would take to retain the internal beta account. Besides being scary, it's still scary. With such strength, there is a high probability that you will die if you touch it. Opposite, the goblins in the village didn't seem to have any intention of supporting him. Instead, the wooden door was creaking shut thanks to the efforts of several goblins. Look, they are about to close. Yao Dao reminded her hurriedly when she saw the situation in her sister's arms. Qin Fei is not in a hurry. Look at the loot on your own. More than 1,500 silver coins and 3 pieces of equipment. Goblin helmet. Grade. Ordinary. Requirements. Level 0. Defense. 15. Dodge. 5. Goblin leather boots. Grade. Ordinary. Requirements. Level 0. Defense. 12. Dodge. 10. Goblin spear. Grade. Ordinary. Requirements. Level 0. Physical attack power. 28. It seems that ordinary level equipment should not be able to generate attribute bonuses. Qin Fei thought to himself. As for weapons, if you don't have skills, it won't be as comfortable to use as a fist. The attributes of the equipment don't make much sense, and the key shape is a bit funny. Forget it, throw it in the bag first. Maybe I can sell it for some money when I go back to Novice Village next time. When Bai Li rushed to Qin Fei's side, he looked at the closed gate of the cottage and said with some regret, "The gate of the cottage is closed. It will be troublesome to open it again." Why? Although that door looks crooked and not reliable at all, its defense is good and its durability is very high. If you break it forcefully, it will waste a lot of time. Bai Li followed. If I had taken the opportunity to rush in just now, I might have had a chance to get the first kill of the boss. First kill. Qin Fei's eyes lit up. Is there a reward? Yes, Bai Li affirmed. Is it valuable? Ah. Bai Li's brain was a little stuck. I really didn't expect that after putting so much effort into the gods, I would end up hitting a blind spot in my knowledge with the question, is it valuable? No way. The information she came across told her that the reward was very rare. Otherwise, so many closed beta players would not have spent a lot of resources on this and compete desperately. First kill. Of course she wanted to, but she could only think about it. With the strength of the two sisters, it would be great news if they could take down the leader in one day without being interfered by other newcomers. It should be very valuable. As far as I know, the rarity of the first kill reward will be far beyond what players can currently reach. So that means it's very valuable. Receive. Qin Fei raised the corners of his mouth slightly and thought to himself. Add a bit. Full force. Level 5 growth and free attribute points. Power surges. 4,000 points. Click, click. Qin Fei twisted his neck and stretched his muscles. You stay here and don't move. I'll get a reward. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Before Bai Li and the other two could react, Qin Fei rushed out. Boom, bang bang bang. With Qin Fei's strength, with every step he took, the ground seemed to be hammered by something. Look out. When the goblin archer saw this scene, his dark green cheeks turned pale with fright. Swish swish, arrows fired, but they obviously misjudged Qin Fei's speed. Too fast. It seems to be flying. Real. With a distance of less than 100 meters, Qin Fei reached the gate of the village in 2 or 3 breaths. Take a closer look at this time. The gate of the cottage is more than 3 people high and 7 or 8 people wide. It is made of old tree trunks with a diameter of more than 1 meter. Qin Fei did not pause and clenched his fists. Use the speed of sprinting to hit with all your strength. Boom! The heavy cottage door suddenly shook, and countless sawdust flew across. The entire village was shaken as if by an earthquake. Minus 7,210 crit. The durability of the 3-section door was shattered in the blink of an eye. At the same time, a big hole was also punched out of the door. The goblin warriors inside looked frightened as if they had seen a monster. Qin Fei dusted off the dust and leaned forward to look inside. Where's the boss? He's coming out to pick up customers. Hiss. Bai Li watched from behind and gasped. The boss of the internal beta test, how can he be so terrifying? Inside the cottage, a group of goblin warriors tremblingly held their weapons. One of them, who was much taller, was obviously the goblin leader. I saw him wearing armor all over his body, holding a saber in his hand, and staring at Qin Fei fiercely. Gawu, Akakanos, what bird language are you talking about? Qin Fei didn't understand, so he randomly expanded the hole with 2 punches and walked straight into the stronghold. But the boss should be you. Hey, Qin Fei wanted to get the first kill now, so he naturally didn't waste time and rushed over with accelerating speed. The goblin leader raised his saber high and roared, "Sarah! Call!" Dozens of goblin warriors and archers attacked at the same time. But Qin Fei's speed is much faster than them. From the time when the goblin leader gave the order, to the archers preparing to attack, to the time when the arrows were released, Qin Fei has already reached the leader. 2 punches. The goblin warrior who got in the way was immediately beaten to the head. Before, 6 cavalrymen, holding war spears, blocked the road. Leader guard, or elite. No matter how many there were, Qin Fei was the same as anyone. He immediately opened his bow from left to right and punched out with 2 fists at the same time. Base. Although the battle spears of the 2 goblin elites had a length advantage and were killed early, one was lost directly and the other only suffered 8 points of damage. This little bit of resistance could not stop Qin Fei's actions at all. The next second, with a bang, the 2 goblin elites were blown away at the same time, and blood rained down in the air. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. The goblin leader's eyes were obviously dull. Could this be the battle master in the human empire? War hero, legendary adventurer. Why would a legendary adventurer come to this ungrateful eastern mountain range? Before the goblin leader could figure it out, he saw a black shadow in front of him that quickly enlarged. That's a fist. To be honest, it had never seen such a big fist in its life. Die. An unfamiliar word flashed through his mind. The next second, it loses consciousness. Boom. Qin Fei punched the goblin leader on the head. Minus 3,520. The goblin leader's health bar immediately dropped by 1/3. At the same time, there is also a circle of stars sprouting from its head, dizzy. Qin Fei was not interested in paying attention to the abnormal state now. After retracting his fist, he followed up with 2 punches. Minus 3,720. Minus 3,615. The goblin leader's health bar was instantly cleared. In such a scene, none of the goblins present could react. The leader died too quickly. Their voices were stuck in their throats and they had no time to shout. Drop. You defeated the goblin leader. You have gained 3,600 experience points. Drop. You have upgraded. Before Qin Fei could check the message, another reminder came to his ears. System notification. Dragon Kingdom player, Fatian Emperor, is the first to defeat the boss-level boss 1 turn and will be rewarded with gold coins x 1000, a holy relic treasure chest x1, a rare gem x1, and a rare job change item x1. Dragon Kingdom player, Fatian Emperor, is the first to defeat the boss-level boss 1 turn and will be rewarded with gold coins x 1000, a holy relic treasure chest x1, a rare gem x1, and a rare job change item x1. Dragon Kingdom player, Fatian Emperor, is the first to defeat the boss-level boss 1 turn and will be rewarded with gold coins x 1000, a holy relic treasure chest x1, a rare gem x1, and a rare job change item x1. Outside the cottage gate, the elf girl tugged at Bai Li's clothes blankly. Sister Li, is the Fatian Emperor mentioned in the announcement? Yes, but didn't he just go in? Don't understand. The elf girl really couldn't figure it out. Is it really possible to kill a boss so quickly? During the previous closed beta, she, her sister, and a few closed beta players went through it 3 times, and it finally took a whole day to get rid of the boss. And, at that time, they were all level 10 and fully equipped. That's right, Bai Li nodded heavily, because his attributes are so powerful. At the beginning, when she discovered Fatian Emperor's terrifying damage, she thought she had a chance to pursue the top 10 kill rewards in the entire server. Found out later, a first kill is not impossible. But after the door closed, she gave up. No matter how high the attributes are, it always takes some time to open the door. This much time is enough for the goblin to prepare. When the time comes, you still have to clean up the mobs and chase down the boss, which wastes a lot of time. Now, she finally realized she was wrong. because the previous Fatian Emperor did not show his full strength at all. At the same time, the players who were still struggling with the slime collectively went crazy. What? I haven't even killed a few slimes, I've already killed the boss. Is there something wrong? How long has it been since the server was launched? Is it 10 minutes? Level 0, skill 0, equipment 0. How on earth did he kill the boss? With the current level of crowding in Novice Village, the gods won't be able to grab the monsters. Speechless. Pervert. This person is extremely perverted. I recommend a strict investigation. Ahem. I won't tell you whether to check it or not. Can you please give me those rewards first? What a shame. I didn't even see a single silver coin, but my gold coins exploded by 1,000. Hiss. The treasure chest of holy relics, what's in it? You can't just open the artifact and come out. It's unlikely that artifacts will be used. Even small games with Krypton gold can't open servers for artifacts, but it's still very easy to grab. Cut. Rare professions are the most valuable. Only high-end professions can create high-end players, which is equivalent to a gold mine. Envy. Jealousy. My teeth are all broken. Go, 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 I want to level up, I also want to kill the boss. Beautiful country, Pentagon. Are you all pigs? Yesterday I patted my chest and promised that I would be able to kill first. Who can answer me now? Why did the Dragon Kingdom take the lead? Facing the general's questioning, the staff below were sweating profusely. Go back to the general. The player named Fatian Emperor is not on the watch list, and we don't have any information. Boom. The general punched the luxurious desk hard. Then why don't you go check it out? Before 12 o'clock, I want to see all the information about Fatian Emperor on my desk. Yes. Neon, Ministry of Defense. Nani. Why wasn't it the beautiful country's first kill? Fatian Emperor, who is it? A group of senior officials from the Ministry of Defense looked at the minister's livid face, looked at each other, and did not dare to say a word. However, since the first kill is no longer there, then let me sprint with all my strength. Among the top 10 rewards, Neon must win 3 seats. Hi, ha. Dragon Kingdom, Eastern District Base. The beautiful country has used so many methods and invested so many resources, but in the end they didn't even get the first kill. Dongfang Zan put his hands on his hips, looked up to the sky and laughed. Tell me quickly, which team Fatian Emperor is from? Why is it so much faster than expected? Well, the base staff almost smashed the keyboard. After checking for a long time, there was still no information, so they had to bite the bullet and said, no, don't know. That Fatian Emperor, it seems, doesn't seem to be one of ours. What? Not our people? Dongfang Zan frowned. Which kid can hide so deeply? Ha, but it doesn't matter, having strength is a good thing. Now is not the time to argue. Check it immediately. Dongfang Zan said seriously. I don't care about the terms of the transaction, but we must have at least one reward for the first kill. Clear, the reward is really good. After Qin Fei got the things, he was sure that Bai Li was not lying. That being the case, Qin Fei was not in a hurry to check. For game content, Bai Li obviously knew more than she did. These things were very rare just by looking at their names. It would be speechless if they were not used properly and were wasted. On the ground, when the leader dies, a large amount of silver coins and props are released. You have obtained silver coins x 5,200. You have obtained the tempered saber. You have obtained the quenching armor. You have obtained the quenching boots. You have obtained the tempering armguard. You have obtained the goblin's horn. You got the mountain treasure map. Super big explosion. After Qin Fei counted the items, he really felt like he wanted to strip the goblin leader naked. The entire set of equipment was almost completely blown away. There are also a lot of silver coins. Good. If I had told you that the rewards for killing the boss were so generous, then why was I wasting my time before? Please call me from now on. Active career, 1 kill every day. Qin Fei turned to scan the situation inside the stronghold. There are still dozens of ordinary goblins, and there are also a few elites. Tisk, although it's not very efficient, it's mainly about being smooth, so that's it. The words fell to the ground. The goblins were still immersed in the sadness of their leader's death when they encountered Qin Fei's fist. Bang bang bang. Qin Fei punched one after another, sweeping through the entire village like a strong wind. By the time Bai Li and the others arrived at the scene, all the goblins in the village had been killed. It's over. Bai Li looked at the corpses on the ground and said dreamily. This was originally the goal she planned to solve in one day. As a result, Fatian Emperor rushed in alone and finished everything in a few minutes. Ah no, he finished the killing in 1 minute. Qin Fei clapped his hands and was about to speak. The reminder rang in my ears again. System notification. Beautiful country player, Carl Evans, defeated the boss-level boss 1 turn and was rewarded with gold coins x10, a rare treasure chest x1, a magic gem x1, and a job change prop x1. Is it really finished? Qin Fei was a little surprised. Based on his own attributes, he had only just finished killing him. There are people who are only a little slower. If I had known earlier, I would have been a few minutes earlier if I had speeded up. But the opponent's speed is still a bit incredible. Can only say, the game that is played on the same server all over the world is indeed Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Qin Fei said secretly in his heart. Bai Li and the others are the closed beta players of Dragon Kingdom, and other countries must also be participating in the closed beta. It's normal to think about it. How could a game that allows the world to put aside their disputes and fully participate in it be simple? If the victory or defeat in the game is really related to the real resource allocation, then even all countries must use all their strength to fight for it, right? After thinking it through, Qin Fei was not panic at all. His attributes are not only explosive in the early stage, but also unrivaled in terms of growth in the later stage. No need to be nervous. Not a little nervous. Fei, brother Fei, isn't the reward for the first kill very good? The elf girl lowered her head and asked in embarrassment. When Bai Li heard this, she immediately became nervous. Fatian Emperor, don't get me wrong, this girl Yaoer is just curious, and she never intends to inquire about rewards. Qin Fei didn't know why she was excited. However, the elf girl looks so shy now, which looks much more pleasing to the eye. What can be found in the Holy Relic treasure chest? Ah, Bai Li was stunned. Is this level of reward something I can know about? Ahem, Fatian Emperor, I'm not sure exactly what will be awarded. I'm afraid no one in the world knows, because the prize pool setting is out of control. But if you want to guess from the name, the treasure chest is likely to directly contain sacred level props or equipment. The equipment in gods is divided into ordinary, sophisticated, magic, rare, epic, and legendary. Sacred vessel, still on top of the legend. Hiss. This is really not something that players can currently touch. Apart from the first kill, there are almost no channels to obtain it. Even, the reward for the second kill was directly changed from the Holy Relic treasure chest to the rare treasure chest. In the meantime, it dropped several levels. Qin Fei suddenly remembered something and asked. There is very little information in the propaganda of the gods. In addition to equipment, job transfers and skills, how are they divided? I know. The elf girl finally found a chance to interject, raising her hands in a hurry and saying, I made a watch specially, and I am very familiar with memorizing it. Rank level title quality difficulty skill range. 0 to 10 novice ordinary simple low level street. 10 to 30 elite excellent ordinary medium village. 30 to 60 expert magic difficulty advanced township. 60 to 100 master rare fierce battle powerful small town. 100 to 150 heroic epic crazy great main city. 150 to 200 legend cruel legend province. 200 to 300 demigod sacred artifact nightmare unparalleled country. 300 to 400 angel sub artifact hell ultimate continent. 500 to 600 god, artifact, god killer, miracle planet. 600 approximately 1000 god, divine power, heaven defying, divine power, divine domain. After reading it, Qin Fei couldn't help but sigh. If a holy weapon is really released, wouldn't it be equivalent to a semi-sacred weapon? Well, it's probably at this level in other games. Bai Li knew that the rewards were super rare, but she still didn't expect that the gods would give out demigod level props at the beginning. No wonder those powerful families are like crazy, desperately fighting for this reward. Pity, there is only one copy of the first kill. Before the server started, almost everyone agreed that beautiful country could win the game steadily. All they can compete for are the rewards for the top 10. That's it. Still everyone was trying their best to squeeze in. Actually, the elf girl couldn't help but said, actually, when you are a novice, there doesn't seem to be much difference between a sacred level item and an artifact, right? Yes, in the novice stage, I can't even see any equipment with attributes. Don't talk about the holy artifact. Even if there is a rare one, or even magic, it can probably go sideways. After Qin Fei found out, he had no intention of staying. Open. Bai Li didn't even react, she just watched Qin Fei take out the treasure box of holy relics and open it in front of him. Click. Rays of golden light shot out from the box. The dazzling light makes it impossible to look directly, let alone see clearly what is inside. Wow, golden legend. The elf girl suddenly became excited. Qin Fei was fine. After all, his attributes are already perverted enough. If he becomes more perverted, it will be just like that. Bai Li is not as curious as her sister. She knew that curiosity could kill the cat. So there is only one person she needs to pay attention to. Judging from his calm expression, I'm afraid there is only one possibility. That is, this is not the first time he has seen a sacred artifact. Wait for the golden light to dissipate. Only then did Qin Fei see clearly. What appears inside the box is a glove with a special shape, and its faint lavender charm shows its transcendence. The gloves were short, tight-fitting, seemed to be made of leather, were translucent, and did not wrap the index and middle fingers. After Qin Fei took out the gloves, he started to check the attributes. The thief's ultimate intention. Hey, what is the highest achievement of a thief? I said I stole Lady Luck's heart, do you believe it? Grade. Sacred artifact. Requirements. Thief. Can steal any target. Can steal any items, props, abilities, attributes. Stolen items can be kept in the ring. Save up to 5 pieces of loot. All stealing skills share a cooldown time. The cooldown time for all stealing skills is 1 day. If the stealing fails, you will not be able to use any stealing skills for 30 days, and a stolen item will be lost randomly. Booty 1. Lady Luck's heart. Booty 2. Empty. Booty 3. Empty. Booty 4. Empty. Booty 5. Empty. Brother Fei, what are the attributes of the holy weapon? Okay, at this moment, the elf girl was like a cat that couldn't open a can, and almost fell on Qin Fei. Okay. For thieves, this pair of gloves is truly an artifact of artifacts. Does not limit the target's ability to steal. Any item can be stolen. Any item really, because the owner of the gloves has already performed once for the newcomers. He even stole the heart of Lady Luck, what else can't he steal? Qin Fei really wanted to get to know this thief. You have to have a lot of brain cramps to think of stealing the gods, and you are the goddess of luck. You are really not afraid of death. Or are you really not afraid of becoming unlucky? Unless the thief can become a god, the strength of the owner of this glove will definitely not reach the god level. So, he could only successfully steal the heart of the goddess of luck when his strength was far inferior to that of a god. From this point of view, the ability of this pair of gloves is probably the key to his success. Tisk. Admire. It's true how bold people are and how productive the land is. If such a pair of gloves falls into the hands of any thief, he will probably treat them as life. Pity. The equipment itself limits the profession. Thief. Qin Fei himself doesn't care about his career. There are attributes there, so what can't you do? But thieves are really not a normal profession, so it is hard to say whether this equipment can be used now. Qin Fei thought for a moment and replied, okay, definitely good, but not that good. Because there are too many restrictions, it's basically unusable. Yeah, it's okay. You can use it again later. Although the elf girl didn't know the attributes, she wasn't that curious anymore. After all, no matter how good the equipment is, it will lose its meaning if it cannot be used. Bai Li pondered for a while, then suddenly thought of something. Fatian Emperor, if it can't be used, can it be? Halfway through the conversation, Bai Li stayed where she was, then shook her head and said, no, it's okay, just pretend I didn't say anything. You want to buy. Qin Fei saw what the other party was thinking. Originally, if you don't use it, there is no problem in selling it and making a fortune. But after Qin Fei saw the attributes of the equipment, he had no idea of selling it. Joke. Whoever sells this kind of equipment is a fool. Even if it is left to gather dust in your own warehouse, it is impossible to sell it. When Bai Li heard this, her delicate body couldn't help but trembled. Yes, I want to buy it. But equipment of this level is unlikely to be sold even if it cannot be used. Even its specific attributes are top secret. Yaoer shouldn't have asked just now. I'm here to apologize to you. Qin Fei waved his hand and said he didn't care. But Bai Li still seemed uneasy, and immediately said solemnly, Fatian Emperor, please rest assured. I, Dongfang Bai Li, and Shengguan Yao. I hereby swear by the reputation of our two families and my 2 lives that I will never reveal any information about this piece of equipment. Hiss. They didn't see the equipment information. Is it necessary to take it so seriously? Qin Fei was puzzled, but she had already made an oath and could not take it back, so she could only nod in agreement. Dongfang Bai Li breathed a sigh of relief at this moment. Fatian Emperor's strength is too terrifying. Even if he doesn't say it with his mouth, if he writes it down in his mind, it may lead to extremely serious consequences. It is certain that no matter what the consequences are, she cannot bear them. Yaoer, you'd better forget what happened just now. Not only are the properties of a sacred weapon kept secret, but also whether it can be used, when it can be used, and even who is using it are all top secrets. Shengguan Yao immediately nodded and responded, Sister Li, you know. The other side, Qin Fei started to check the rest of the rewards. There is no need to open rare gems. When you get them, you will already know what they are. Extremely sharp 3-sided jewelry. Grade. Rare. Ignore 10% of the opponent's dodge. Ignore 10% of the opponent's defense. Ignore 10% of the opponent's resistance. Ignoring defense means increasing damage. And it is one of the best damage increasing effects. Nice one. No matter how high Qin Fei's attributes are, the attributes of this gem can provide a pretty good improvement. Finally, there is one rare profession item left. Occupation, greedy. Requirements, level 10. Ability, you can have 2 combat professions excluding this profession. Question mark. After Qin Fei read the introduction, he couldn't hold back the smile on his face. What is the concept of having 2 combat professions? It must be a strong group. Even if they are ordinary professions, it is quite outrageous. Not to mention, it didn't say above that you shouldn't have 2 hidden professions. Ha ha ha, thief's gloves are ready for use. Qin Fei is really jealous of the ability to steal at will, but he just doesn't like the thief profession. It's a bit wasteful to become a thief based on your own attributes, right? Good. Greedy people appear, no more waste. Thieves themselves are a high explosion profession, but their shortcomings are that they are brittle and the combat is not exciting enough. But Qin Fei is not fragile at all, he can feel as good as he wants. Perfect. Now even if he takes a super god level hidden profession, Qin Fei will not change it. Are you going back? We still have to wait for the boss to refresh. Qin Fei looked at Bai Li. To be honest, the information she provided was quite useful. If she didn't tell her, there was a high probability that she wouldn't get the first kill. It might even take a long time to find the coordinates of the goblin leader. But let's talk about reward. Qin Fei had no intention of giving it. After all, the original deal was that he would fight first while they watched. Dongfang Bai Li shook his head slightly. The boss will not be refreshed within a day. If we go back, nothing seems to happen. Sister Li, that, Shengguan Yao suddenly interrupted. Which one? Well, that's it. You know. Shengguan Yao blinked hard at Bai Li, and then looked at Qin Fei next to him. Dongfang Bai Li was stunned for a while and finally understood. Oh, you mean that? Qin Fei is like listening to the Book of Heaven. Have no idea what they are talking about. Dongfang Bai Li saw this and explained with a slightly apologetic smile. Fatian Emperor, Yaoer is talking about the hidden missions in Novice Village. If you have a chance to get them, you might be able to get a super rare hidden profession. You said if, then it's not necessarily true. Qin Fei was not too excited. He had already hidden it, although not that much. Yes, Dongfang Bai Li nodded and said, every novice village has this task, but whether to enable it or not depends entirely on the village chief's decision. We have tested many methods before, but we can't find the 100% triggering conditions. The internal testing they did was not for leveling up and playing games. Instead, collect as much key information as possible in the game, find hidden tasks, and formulate a complete strategy. Village head. Qin Fei remembered the little old man surrounded by a bunch of people when he first entered the game. Good guy. Does he have a hidden mission? If ordinary players want to know this news, why don't they tie up the little old man and whip him? If Fatian Emperor wants to try it, we can tell you all the methods, but I can't guarantee that the mission will be triggered 100%. Dongfang Bailey hesitated for a moment, obviously a little embarrassed. If the mission can be started and it is more convenient for you, can you take us to do the mission with you? No problem, Qin Fei said directly. Dongfang Bailey didn't expect it to be so simple. She has tried to form a team several times, but all ended in failure. Shengguan Yao, on the other hand, was more direct. He immediately came over and said excitedly, "Brother Fei, is it true? It is said that the mission is quite complicated." Ha ha. Qin Fei was about to laugh. The elf girl in front of her looks about the same age as Bai Li, but her innocent personality makes her obviously like a child. You made the task so complicated. Who is still in the mood to take you through this? Fine, as long as the mission is obtained, I will definitely guide you through it. Wow, Shengguan Yao almost jumped up with excitement. Sister Li, leave quickly, or Brother Fei will regret it. Hiss. Seeing her happy look, Qin Fei suddenly felt bad. That mission isn't really complicated, is it? The three of them returned the same way. Many players can already be seen in the place where the wild boar was encountered before. Although most people still can't fight a wild boar alone. But they can't stand up to their huge numbers. Hundreds of people rushed forward, and no matter how ferocious the wild boar was, it could not be more ferocious than the current players. As for the primary area outside the village, you can't even see the monster's hair. Qin Fei couldn't help but frown when he saw this scene. Should we upgrade to level 10 and then come back? No need, Dongfang Bailey explained. The novice village of the gods is not an independent space. If you continue to go out in the direction of the mountains, you will encounter higher level monsters. I see. No wonder the two of them were only interested in boss and missions, and had no intention of leveling up. The advantage of closed beta players may not only be in novice village. If you want to stay ahead, you really have to put some thought into it. While thinking about it, Qin Fei and the other three happened to arrive at the door of the blacksmith shop. The good looks of the two sisters Dongfang Bailey and Shengguan Yao attracted all the eyes around them almost instantly. I'll wipe it, goddess. Hiss, this appearance is so good. 100 points is not enough, I want to give 101 points. The special bonuses of elves and foxes must be added extra points. Etc. Why is there a man between the two goddesses? Who the hell are you? I don't understand. Why is it that I, who is called Zhongnan Yanzu, have been single for 20 years without a girlfriend, while he, an ordinary-looking man, has two perfect goddesses? A fox tribe, an elf. You really deserve to die. Bai Li and the others seemed to be used to this and didn't feel embarrassed at all. Qin Fei was too lazy to talk nonsense. Just as he was about to leave, a figure suddenly appeared in front of him. Brother, do you want to buy some equipment for your girlfriend? All the freshly baked outdoor products here are many times better than those from the blacksmith shop. Lie to a fool. In the current situation outside, even if the equipment is exploded, it won't be enough. Instead of leveling up, you sell equipment here. Is there any other channel besides purchasing from the blacksmith shop? What, do you think I'm being taken advantage of? Qin Fei was just about to curse, but he had an idea. Depend on. I'm here to make money too. After clearing out all the goblins in the village, they were given more than a dozen pieces of equipment. If these things are not for sale now, should they be kept for the new year? The explosion rate of the gods is very low. Even if the best product comes out, it's not your turn to sell it here. Dongfang Bailey didn't want Qin Fei to be fooled, so he quickly stepped forward and refused. No, you go first, I have to sell something. After Qin Fei finished speaking, he opened the package on the spot and shook out more than a dozen pieces of equipment. Really produced by boss, with excellent quality, don't miss it if you pass by. Puff, Dongfang Bailey didn't hold back, her pretty face was full of collapse. Flying Emperor, can you please stop playing? How much is ordinary equipment worth at the novice stage? Are you the one who is short of this little money? Sister Lee, can I help? Shangguan Yao played the closed beta test, but faced with various tasks at home, her head felt heavy, and she was even more tired than doing homework at school. Now watching Qin Fei set up a stall, I suddenly found it interesting. Want to play? Call. Dongfang Bailey looked at it for a moment, and after realizing that Qin Fei seemed to be serious, he could only grit his teeth secretly and said, "Go, I'll go too." Originally, the attention of the people around them was all on them, but now they say a word and stand up to Qin Fei for a whole day. It doesn't even need to be said. The crowd had already surrounded the stall. "Brother, is your equipment decent?" Qin Fei affirmed. "Serious, 100% produced by boss." "Who are you fooling? Only a few people have killed boss now. If you were produced by boss, I would cut off your head and play it as a ball for you." Before the man finished speaking, the crowd gathered around was frightened by the equipment on the stall. Quenching armor. Level 10. Excellent quality. "No. Where did you get this equipment?" Qin Fei said solemnly. "Produced by boss, you will be compensated 10 for every fake one." Hiss. Everyone present took a deep breath. Are you Fatian Emperor?" As soon as this was said, someone immediately retorted, "Impossible. Why is Fatian Emperor in our village? Look, he doesn't have any equipment, so why should he kill the boss?" "That's right, the equipment produced by boss is so good, but he doesn't know how to use it himself. I think it's just a matter of luck and killing a few wild boars." People talk too much. Qin Fei was a little annoyed. Believe it or not, the equipment is here. If you don't buy it, don't get in the way here. Everyone immediately fell silent. "No way. The equipment here is really good, it makes me drool." "Brother, the quenching armor and 2 other quenching equipments, how much does it cost to pack them together?" Qin Fei was serious about setting up a stall, but when it came to asking for money, he was really not prepared at all. How much does outdoor equipment cost now?" Everyone was collectively speechless. "No brother, you don't even know how much it will cost, so you just set up a stall." The man who asked about the price earlier couldn't help but sigh. The equipment of the ordinary blacksmith shop is now worth about 1,000. Equipment discovered in the wild with better attributes can be sold for 2,000 to 3,000 yuan. If it is jewelry, it must be sold for at least 10,000 yuan. Qin Fei saw that no one around him was refuting, so he was probably right, as this price in silver coins. The man was stunned for a moment. Silver coins are very scarce now, and they have to be used to buy potions. All transactions are done with dragon coins. Hiss. Cash transaction. Qin Fei was a little shocked. The newbie weapon from the blacksmith shop sells for 1,000 yuan. Good guy. Are you sure this is gaming equipment and not some Armani or Gucci? What about level 10 equipment? How much does it cost? Qin Fei asked again. Hiss. No one is at level 10 at the moment. We bought it for reserve purposes, so the price, to be honest, it's really hard to buy. After explaining, the man added another sentence. By the way, I am Shang Zhenghao, the director of the Shengxi Dynasty Guild. Brother, if you don't have a guild, you can consider us. Of course the transaction is still a normal transaction and you will not suffer any loss. Dongfang Bailey couldn't stand it anymore. If she hadn't been worried about spoiling Lord Fatian Emperor's interest, she would have wanted to immediately pay and pack up all the equipment. The blacksmith shop sells level 10 equipment, and the price is 3 times that of level 0. If it is excellent, it will be tripled. These quenching suits have the best properties in the novice village. Even if they reach level 10, not everyone can use them, so the price will rise several times. Well, the price of a single piece is about 30,000 yuan. If you want to pack it up, I'd give you 100,000 yuan. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Qin Fei immediately looked over in surprise after hearing this. 30,000 for a single item, 100,000 for a package. Beauty, your business is so big, do you want to notify the price bureau? Shang Zhenghao didn't hesitate and said directly, just 100,000, let's trade. No, are you really fooled? Qin Fei was even more surprised. What's going on? Are there too many leaks in this world to use up? Shang Zhenghao was so cheerful that Qin Fei felt a little unsure and immediately picked up the equipment and took a look. Quenching armor. Grade. Excellent. Requirements. Level 10. Defense, 36. HP, 100. That's right, the attributes are just a little better than normal, but not much. That's it, 30,000. Qin Fei thought. My annual tuition is not even 30,000 yuan. As a result, just playing a game and buying any equipment can sell it for 30,000 yuan. He knows that the items in this game are definitely valuable, and must be more expensive than previous games, or even much more expensive. But then it has to be the best in the later stage, right? As a result, in Novice Village, any piece of equipment with good attributes can be sold for 100,000 yuan. This is not an exaggeration, but outrageous. At this moment, a person stood up from the crowd and said, "Wait a minute, I'll pay 200,000. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Qin Fei finally understood. There is currently no price for the god's equipment. It depends on whether you dare to shout. If you really encounter someone who takes advantage of you, it's not impossible to buy a piece of garbage for 3 to 5 million yuan. Just now I was still despising the liar who sold garbage. Now that I think about it, people can really make money, and maybe a lot of it." When Shang Zhenghao heard this, his face suddenly darkened. "Brother, everything must be done on a first-come, first-served basis, right?" "Ah." The visitor gave a slight chirp and said with disdain, "Be careful what you say, who the hell is your brother? Follow closely." He then looked at Sister Bai Li, looked up and down frivolously for a few times, and then laughed out loud. "Two beauties, isn't 200,000 enough? 300,000 is no problem. But, you have to accompany me to level up." Dongfang Baili's eyes turned cold instantly. "Where is this idiot? If you want to die, just say it again and try." Ha, ha 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 ha. Not only was the visitor not angry, but he smiled and said sarcastically, "The body is hot enough and the temper is hot enough. I like it." "Okay, 300,000 is not enough, is it? Then I won't give you a cent. How dare you go against me, Zhang Sha, let alone setting up a stall to make money. Believe it or not, I will make you unable to even leave the house." Hiss. When Shang Zhenghao heard the word, Zhang Sha, he immediately took a breath of cold air. "Are you Mr. Zhang from Linjiang Group?" Snort. Zhang Sha glared sideways. "Those who know the truth should get out of here." This. Shang Zhenghao knew that Linjiang Group was a large listed company, completely incomparable to their guild, which had been struggling in the gaming industry. If you have encountered it in the past, you must be the father of the sponsor and offer it up. Certainly, you can't offend now. Ha ha. Shang Zhenghao laughed dryly, clasped his fists and said, "If Master Zhang likes these pieces of equipment, just buy them. If there is a chance to cooperate in the future, Master Zhang, please don't forget about our prosperous age." Go aside. Zhang Sha didn't take the other party seriously at all, but looked at Qin Fei with a joking expression. "I'm not in the mood for shopping right now, but if you kneel down and beg me, I can accept your equipment for the sake of these two beauties." Qin Fei sighed helplessly at Bai Li. "You're right, he is really an idiot." "What did you say?" Zhang Xiao's face suddenly turned livid, and he said fiercely, "Do you know that with just one word from me right now, I can overturn your business and prevent you from leaving the Novice Village for the rest of your life?" "Oh, I really don't believe it." Qin Fei stood up calmly. "I don't know which group Linjiang Group is, but I know very well that the gods are not run by your family." Question mark, question mark, question mark. The onlookers were completely stunned. Nowadays, there are still people who don't know about Linjiang Group. Not to mention the leader in the real estate industry, it is at least among the top 20, right? You are here to make money. People are here to spend money. If you really want to have a falling out, people can throw money at you to death. Good, 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 good. Zhang Sha was completely angry, and his face was extremely gloomy. Who in the prosperous age immediately leads people to seal the gate of Novice Village? If I let you walk out of this door today, I will lose. Also, anyone who dares to buy something from him is my enemy in Jiangxia. I will kill you no matter how much money I spend. Alas, Shang Zhenghao actually didn't want to take this job, but he was not qualified to refuse the cooperation of a large group. Just about to say hello, Qin Fei flew out a punch as fast as lightning. No one present could see clearly. I saw a dark shadow flickering. Boom! Zhang Sha's head exploded on the spot like a watermelon hit by Barrett. -10,442 crit. Shang Zhenghao's face was spattered with blood. He was completely confused and had no idea what happened. The people around him stayed in place as if they had seen a ghost. 1. 10,000 damage. Who can cause such harm? It's impossible, it's just an illusion. It must be an illusion. It's only been a while since the server was launched, and you're doing 10,000 damage. What's going on? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Brother Fei is great. After Shangguan Yao was stunned for a moment, he immediately clapped his hands happily and said, HMPH, when that idiot comes online again, I will definitely kill him again with my own hands. Qin Fei nodded slightly. When talking to an idiot, it's easier to use your fists. As mentioned in the God's promotion, there is no safe zone in the game. Tell the truth. I don't even know who gave this idiot the courage, Liang Jingru. As soon as these words came out, the surrounding players went completely crazy. Wait. Did that beauty just say, fly? Flying Emperor. Binhai, Linzhong number 1. Grass. Zhang Sha was like crazy and completely smashed everything in the room. After a while, I calmed down. Come here, immediately find out for me who the Fatian Emperor was who killed the boss first. Young master. Not far away, an old man bowed and stood outside the door and replied, he can kill the boss for the first time. I'm afraid his strength is not simple. Maybe he is someone who has participated in the internal beta test. Shut up. If I tell you to check, just do it. The Zhang family has a quota for the internal test. Although he did not enter, he also knows that the people who can participate in the internal test are not easy to come by. However, it was a bit embarrassing today. No matter what, he couldn't swallow this breath. Etc. Zhang Sha suddenly thought of something, her eyes filled with doubts. Are there any internal testers who are short of money? Is setting up a stall something that an internal tester should do? Absolutely impossible. Unless, Zhang Sha seemed to have caught something, but he couldn't tell clearly. Don't worry, contact the Shengshi Guild first, and tell them that there is big business to come to them. Okay, master. No way, no way. The crowd in Novice Village went completely crazy. Is Fatian Emperor really in our Novice Village? The world's first kill, and it was within 10 minutes of server launch. No wonder you have such good equipment, co-author. Are you really produced by boss? My brother is awesome. Professional pendant, please bring Ing. Not only male players are crazy, but also female players. Brother, can we form a team together? I'm so sweet. Can black stockings be used? White silk, meat silk, gradient silk, gymnastics uniform, maid outfit, secretary outfit, which one does Fatian Emperor like? Dongfang Bailey looked at the crazy female player in front of her, her eyes even colder than before. Are you going to buy the equipment? If not, don't delay our business. Buy. I buy. Players now really want to buy it, as if they are afraid that they won't be able to grab it. Joke. This is boss equipment that Fatian Emperor personally certified. None of his elders are better. Do you still expect to have better equipment than this in the short term? Stop dreaming. Purchase. Just buy it with your eyes closed. 5,000 for ordinary equipment, 10,000 for the Goblin series, and 50,000 for the Tempering series. Dongfang Bailey doubled the price with a backhand. Even so, it still cannot stop players' enthusiasm for buying. More than a dozen pieces of equipment were sold out in minutes. Even the previous pig tooth necklace was sold by her for a high price of 30,000 yuan. Except for the tempered saber left by Qin Fei himself, there is no other equipment left. 370,000. Qin Fei looked at the numbers on the account and finally understood. What is marketing and what is huge profits? A bunch of transitional equipment from Novice Village was actually sold by Bai Li for a sky-high price of hundreds of thousands. She is really good at making money. Except cash. Qin Fei also has 18,000 silver coins and 1,000 gold coins. Silver coins are currently in short supply on the market, with the price of a single coin reaching as high as 22 yuan and now stabilizing at around 10 yuan. According to this ratio, the value of a wild boar is more than 200 yuan. Good guy. What kind of European king game is this? Is there even the smell of money flowing in the air? Qin Fei killed so many monsters that he could sell 180,000 silver coins alone. And one gold coin can be exchanged for 100 silver coins. After all, the 1,000 gold coins rewarded for the first kill is directly 1 million. After Qin Fei finished the calculation, he almost thought that he had made a mistake because he was not good at math. Depend on. Really a million. Dongfang Bailey saw Qin Fei staring at the exchange market for a while, and couldn't help but remind him. The gods have no recharge entrance, and everything in the game relies on silver coin transactions, so the actual value of currency in the early stages of the game actually far exceeds the market value. Qin Fei was indeed moved. That's 1 million. If it weren't for the gods, I might not have been able to save 1 million even after 20 years of working after graduation. Bai Li and the others are beta players. You should know how to make money with silver coins in the city, right? Of course, this is a trade secret. Qin Fei won't ask. The village chief's house. Now the players all know that he has no mission, and the place is much more relaxed. Go to the blacksmith first and come back after level 10. The little old man dismissed him skillfully without even raising his eyelids. Dongfang Bailey gave Qin Fei a look, then stepped forward alone and said, "Village chief, we are here to defeat ancient monsters." Ancient monster. The village chief finally opened his eyes when he heard the name, but you haven't even completed the blacksmith's task. That's it. Dongfang Bailey didn't refute, and continued, "We came from St. Carl's, and we accepted the order from the administrator Orauna, specifically to solve the problems left by the ancient monsters." Oh, the village chief sighed, nodded and said, "It's really hard for your excellency Olana to still remember our small place." "Okay, give me the administrative order." Dongfang Bailey said with a slight embarrassment, "I'm really sorry. We encountered a group of robbers on the way here and the administrative order was accidentally lost." Lost? Upon hearing this, the village chief immediately shook his head and said, "Ancient monsters are extraordinary. Without an administrative order, how could I risk the village?" Ding! Dongfang Bailey was shocked. Which process went wrong? These lines of dialogue are obviously not included in the information provided by the family. At this moment, she had no corresponding strategy, so she had to bite the bullet and said, "Village chief, St. Carl's is a long way away. If it would be too time-consuming to go back and reopen the administrative order, you see." No. The village chief shook his head repeatedly, even a little angry. Don't joke with your life. If you can't even deal with the robbers, how can you deal with the ancient monsters? After saying that, the village chief didn't even give him a chance to explain, and kicked several people out on the spot. Qin Fei saw that something was wrong, so he said, "What kind of strength is needed to solve the ancient monsters?" "It's useless to say anything, you haven't even passed the blacksmith task." The village chief obviously didn't want to talk nonsense anymore. "I'm just too lazy to do it," Qin Fei said, taking out the goblin horn. "You also said that goblins are hard to kill, don't I kill them casually?" "What?" The village chief looked back and forth several times and finally confirmed that it was a real goblin horn. Did you really kill the goblin leader? Then why don't you come and get the mission?" Qin Fei spread his hands. "I'm here to get it. You didn't give it to me, okay. Ahem, that's for your safety." The village chief couldn't help but blush, and explained, "But, since you killed the goblin leader, you still have to pay the reward." Drop. You gained experience points x 1000. You got silver coins x 1000. You have gained reputation value x 1000. You get teleportation scroll x 10. You have obtained low skill book x 3. You have obtained exquisite treasure chest x 3. What? And an unexpected bonus. Qin Fei didn't take the goblin mission, so he didn't think about rewards. Is it okay now? What about the mission of the ancient monster? This. The village chief began to hesitate again. The ancient monsters are different after all. They are not something that a junior adventurer can solve. Unless you are an expert adventurer from St. Carl's, you really can't. Expert. Second career change. Qin Fei thought for a moment. It doesn't make sense. As to transfer much better than me. The village chief was a little impatient, but he still stretched out his hand and lit a touch of blue magic, attribute detection. The next second, some of Qin Fei's attributes were displayed in front of the village chief. Power. 0.5800. Agility. 0.1800. Life. 0.5535. Magic. 0.3610. Puff. The village chief spat it out on the spot. What? Chapter 11. Sister Li. Look, Brother Fei's attributes are really hexagonal, Shengguan Yao exclaimed with a look of amazement. Puff. Dongfang Baili almost spit out blood, and quickly said, Yaoer, stop talking, sister is not blind. Scary. She had guessed a little, but she was still far from it. 5008 strength, 1800 agility. Can't stand it. My heart will explode if I look at it again. She played it for a month during the closed beta, but she didn't have this attribute. Even a fraction is barely enough. The difference is too obvious. It's like you've been running hard on the road for a month, but someone else comes up and overtakes you in just 2 steps. Unless you are an ignorant person like Shengguan Yao, you really can't stand this stimulation. Master, I was dazzled before, please forgive me. The village chief had a flattering smile on his face at this moment, almost bending his waist to 90 degrees. Good. You are indeed a good village chief. Qin Fei waved his hand and said, Don't waste time, I just want to know where the ancient monster is. Okay. It is the greatest honor of this village that the master can help us eradicate the threat of ancient monsters. The village chief quickly took out a bronze magic stone. This magic stone can help you sense the seal location of ancient monsters. It is a crypt eroded by darkness. After thousands of years of baptism, the seal has gradually loosened. Although this matter has been reported to Saint Carl's many times, Her Excellency Orana is busy with business and has not been able to reply. Drop. You have obtained the hidden mission, Ancient Seal. Goal. Clear the monsters sealed in the crypt and reinforce the seal. Reward. Experience value x 10,000, gold coin x 100, proof of bravery, job change props. Mission accomplished. Qin Fei and his party set off immediately. At this time, all rewards for killing the boss for the top 10 have been distributed. Qin Fei was busy making money before and didn't have time to read it. Now he clicks on the announcement to reorganize it. Except for myself and Carl Evans. Next are Sylvanus from Italy, Ryuji from Neon Saito, Mu Qiancheng from Dragon Kingdom, Caesar from Germany, Evelyn Beja from Ice Bear, Lee Tae Hun from South Korea, and Ace from Britain. William and finally Wiener of Indy. Don't they all use their real names? Qin Fei originally thought that the list would be a meeting for the second-grade patients. Unexpectedly, what they are playing is real. Dongfang Baili next to her had no intention of caring about anything else. She was now full of thoughts. What exactly is going on when the hidden mission is triggered? Fatian Emperor's panel is certainly outrageous. However, this is likely to be a brand new breakthrough. Does it mean that as long as the attributes meet the standards, it will be 100% hidden? Possible, if only this pattern could be replicated. That is great news for the family, and even for the Dragon Kingdom. Even if it is difficult to meet the requirements for attributes, it may take a month or even several months to get close to the Fatian Emperor's panel. But as long as you understand the specific requirements to meet the standards, in the future, you can always use this mode to do trigger tasks, thereby cultivating a large number of hidden professional players. Phew, can't be more excited. Dongfang Baili felt guilty. She knew that this was just an idea, and she would have to test it a few times before she knew whether it would work or not. At the very least, there must be one with over 1,000 attributes. Well, Dongfang Baili couldn't hold back any longer when she thought of this. The attributes of Fatian Emperor are too terrifying. Otherwise, or try placing an order with attributes exceeding 1,000 to see if it can be triggered. At level 100, there is probably a chance. In addition to level, there must be a large number of top-quality attribute equipment blessings, otherwise it is still far behind. Isn't it said that the profession is hidden? Why is it just an ordinary job change prop? Qin Fei asked after checking the mission reward. Projects for changing professions are used to hide professions. Dongfang Baili was stunned for a moment. What about the rare job-changing items? Qin Fei asked. This. Dongfang Baili felt an inexplicable bitterness in her heart. Fatian Emperor, can you ask me something I know? If it weren't for system announcements, I wouldn't have even heard of such a thing. Ahem. Dongfang Baili pursed her lips and tried her best to show the most sincere smile. That is the best hidden profession, well, the best. So, Fatian Emperor doesn't think I'm lying to him, right? Me, I really don't. The rarity of job-changing items is already ridiculous. He doesn't think that the village chief's task is easy, right? To know. In the past month of internal testing, only a dozen people in the entire Dragon Kingdom had successfully triggered it. Half of them did not complete the task until the end of the closed beta. She was fully prepared this time. But whether it is the boss or the hidden mission, I am not 100% sure, not even 10% sure. Qin Fei is not entangled, as long as he hides it. Otherwise, after the task is completed, they will have to do it again if they can't do it, which will be a headache. Don't talk about this. The village chief gave a lot of rewards just now. Take a look now while you have some free time. There are 10 teleportation scrolls, and you can fly back after completing the task. Finally, you don't have to run errands. There are 3 skill books in total. Cut, Flame Arrow, Energy Ball. I only have warriors now. As for the second profession, there seems to be no way to leave it to mages or archers. Qin Fei learned the slashing technique first. Slash level 1, 0/100ths low level. Launch a full-strength slash at the target in front, causing 130% physical damage and a 10% chance of causing bleeding. Cost, 5 mana. Cooldown, 5 seconds. Not bad. Directly 30% more damage. Qin Fei is quite satisfied with his skills. There are 3 fine treasure chests left at the end. Tisk, high-quality equipment doesn't mean much to me, so I might as well exchange it for some money while prices are high now. Forget, when we were in Novice Village just now, we should have sold the treasure chest and skills. Qin Fei suddenly felt a little bit shortchanged. If you sell the treasure chest directly, the price should be quite good, right? After all, it is the favorite project of gambling dogs. Open the jar. Brother Fei, are you serious? Shangguan Yao's pointed ears were very sensitive, and he immediately came over after hearing these words. Of course. Qin Fei frowned. You don't want to buy it, do you? Hee, I'll cover it. Shangguan Yao patted his chest and started transferring money on the spot. How much is the total? No. Qin Fei was speechless. Which little rich woman's house is this? Do you always buy things without asking the price? Qin Fei sighed. You don't even know what it is, so you want to buy it. Bai Li, you really need to educate your sister that buying things randomly is not a good thing. Random buying. How can it be? Dongfang Bai Li was laughing so hard in her heart. She didn't dare to speak. Otherwise, Fatian Emperor's things would have been wrapped up long ago. Even if Yaoer spoke, she still didn't dare to get too excited. The value of skills and treasure chests is relatively stable. You can earn money by buying it. If you don't care about it, Fatian Emperor, why not just give this little girl a discount? That's what I said. Light and spacious. I'm so embarrassed to make an offer. Qin Fei thought about it and no longer hesitated. Business is business, no one is cheaper than anyone else. I really don't know the specific price, but I believe you, just pay it as you see fit. Finished. He gave away 2 skill books and 3 treasure chests. Then I'll calculate it based on the closed beta price. Dongfang Bai Li knew that Fatian Emperor was not short of money and just liked to play. If the price was too high, it would be bad. Skills cost 100,000 per copy, and fine treasure chests cost 300,000 each. Question mark. Ahem. Qin Fei almost choked. Is this the internal beta price? So what are you playing in the closed beta? Are you playing for money? The sophisticated equipment is worth 35,000, but the treasure chest is 10 times more valuable, worth 300,000. That's 1.1 million. Shangguan Yao clicked with her little hands, and immediately picked up the treasure box with a smile after finishing the turn. Sister Li, I'm open. Snap. The moment the treasure chest was opened, a burst of light blue light shone out. Wow, it's jewelry. Shangguan Yao held a ring in her little hand and showed it to Qin Fei excitedly. Sapphire ring. Grade. Excellent. Requirements. Level 10. Magic attack power, 35. Magic recovery, 5 per second. Good. Qin Fei thought. It's going great. If the treasure chest can bring out good things, then the gambling dog can be held firmly. Decided. The treasure chest will be sold to you next time. Why don't you thank Brother Fei quickly? This ring is considered a top-notch item. Dongfang Bai Li said, but kept reminding herself in her heart. Hold it in. Can't laugh. As a mage, she knows how excellent this ring is. 5 points of magic regenerate instantly, which is nearly twice as high as the normal 3 points. With this ring, I am probably saving more than 1,000 silver coins in medicine money every day. The key is, the higher efficiency brought by the greatly improved combat endurance is too valuable. Sister Li should thank her herself. Yaoer is not a mage anyway. Shangguan Yao put the ring in Qin Fei's hand and went to open the next treasure box. Qin Fei finally remembered. You are a mage. Played for a long time. He didn't even know what his profession was. Give. Qin Fei turned around and gave the ring to Bai Li. Whoosh. Dongfang Bai Li's pretty face turned red in an instant, the pair of animal ears on her head trembled slightly, and the tail behind her fidgeted restlessly, and she didn't know where to swing it for a while. This is a game. It's a game. Dongfang Bai Li kept telling herself in his mind that this is a game. It's just a gift, it's nothing real. Dongfang Bai Li calmed down her throbbing heart for a moment, and then spoke stumblingly. Thank. Qin Fei really wanted to say. You paid for the things, so there's no need to be so polite. Beside, Shangguan Yao opened 2 treasure boxes in a row and almost jumped up with excitement. Brother Fei, look, it's a bow and arrow. An exquisite longbow and a ranger cloak. The attributes are pretty good, and she happens to be able to use them all, but the level is still far behind. The rest of the journey was much quieter. Along the route given by the village chief, there were no surprise attacks from monsters. Shangguan Yao was busy admiring her trophies, while Dongfang Bai Li blushed and dared not speak. Half an hour later, the group of people slowly arrived at the mountainside. Qin Fei took out the magic stone and saw that it was filled with tranquil bronze brilliance. As the direction changes, the brilliance of the magic stone begins to flicker, and the frequency also changes. Over there, after Qin Fei confirmed, he continued to set off. It's a bit cold. Shangguan Yao was walking well and suddenly shivered. Dongfang Bai Li has recovered a lot now. Dark power represents death and coldness. Now I can feel it from such a distance. It seems that the seal is very loose. Have you done this task before? Qin Fei asked. No, but I have come into contact with some darkness-related monsters, so I understand. By the way, Dongfang Bai Li's delicate body trembled, and her face showed shock. The source we purchased did not say that the mission required fighting against ancient monsters. What do you mean? Qin Fei rubbed his eyebrows. Can you make it as simple as possible, because our entire mission is to deal with ancient monsters. Dongfang Bai Li pondered for a moment. The ancient monsters among the gods are very powerful. Not to mention novices, even experts from St. Carl's and even masters may not have the strength to deal with them alone. So this task actually only requires a simple investigation of the seal and then reporting to Orana. Qin Fei called up the mission interface again. No, the mission says to clear the monsters and repair the seal. The mission has been changed and the difficulty is different. Dongfang Bai Li's heart couldn't help but sink. My family spent so much money, but what they ended up buying was fake news. If it is as simple as the data says, then why are so many people unable to complete it in the closed beta? Are they short of money or errands? Impossible. The only explanation is that the difficulty of the task far exceeded expectations. Even after playing for a month, I still can't solve it. Fatian Emperor, if it doesn't work, let's investigate on the outside, right? Dongfang Bai Li can pay for his own mistakes, but he can't implicate others. What are you saying? Qin Fei couldn't understand it at all. If I can't get through this panel, who else can? No. The key is that we didn't prepare any potions. Dongfang Bai Li hurriedly explained. Dark erosion will cause continuous damage. If the power of darkness is too strong, it cannot be completely driven away even with sacrifices, not to mention we don't have sacrifices. Then fix it as soon as possible. Qin Fei could already see the hazy dark fog in his sight. Going forward, the chill even penetrated the bone marrow. Qin Fei's physique naturally doesn't matter. But Shangguan Yao was so cold that her legs began to tremble, so Dongfang Bai Li had to wrap her up with his furry tail. Just stay here. Before Qin Fei could finish his words, he saw the black mist suddenly filling the surrounding area. In an instant, several people were submerged in the black mist. Line of sight is blocked. I can't see the direction at all. Only the magic stone in his hand was still shining with bronze brilliance. Qin Fei used this light to confirm that Bai Li and the others were beside him, and could only say, "Follow closely, don't get lost." Drop. You have entered the dark erosion area. Your defense and dodge are decreasing. Your darkness resistance is decreasing. Your health is running out. Qin Fei glanced at the panel. Defense and dodge have been reduced by about 300 points, so there's no problem. There is no darkness resistance in the first place, and after it is reduced, it becomes a negative 30%. I don't know how much health points have been lost. Because no blood was seen at all. It can't even cover the 55-point instant recovery. It seems that the continuous damage won't work either. Qin Fei chuckled. Gia Gia Gia, I don't know if it's an echo or a monster. Waves of strange laughter echoed in the thick fog. At the same time, the magic stone began to flicker crazily, and the brilliance penetrated several meters of thick fog, actually illuminating a black shadow that was 7 or 8 meters high. Death will envelope you. The cold voice seemed to come from hell. Immediately following was a black light cutting from the sky, and all the black mist passing by was also cut off by it. Qin Fei didn't even think about it, his feet collapsed and he rushed out with a thud. With 180% movement speed, it only takes 5 seconds to cover 100 meters, not to mention the monster is right in front of you now. Dodge. Qin Fei just turned sideways to avoid the attack, and his right fist burst out in the air. Boom. The amazing punch force made a loud noise in the air. The shock wave spread out in the air. Even the dark fog was dispersed by this blow. Looking at the black figure again, a big hole was blasted out of the armor on the chest, but no blood could be seen spilling out. Undead beast soldier. Dongfang Baili's eyes were shocked and she recognized the monster. The undead beasts above level 20 have very high defense and strong recovery power. They cannot be defeated without powerful sacrifices. Minus 2810. The damage numbers popped up. Qin Fei thought to himself. Excluding the level suppression, the defense power of the undead beast soldiers is also around 1000. For a level 20 monster, this is indeed a bit outrageous. But the health bar is not high. More than 2000 damage, half of it was directly eliminated. But the next second, the surrounding dark fog quickly gathered towards the undead beast soldiers. At the same time, the opponent's head also showed green numbers for life recovery. Plus 300, plus 300, plus 300. It recovers 900 points every second and is about to reach full. Fatian Emperor, I'll drag it, you take Yower and go first. Dongfang Baili finally understood why the hidden mission was difficult. This undead beast soldier alone could wipe out an expert team. As long as there is no powerful sacrifice in the team, it means death. With such a high defense, the physical profession is completely useless, and the magic system has a skill cooldown, so hitting it may not be enough to recover it. And we haven't gone into the crypt yet. It's just peripheral monsters, which is already at this level, so how can we play in the future? It doesn't matter that she has no level. But if Fatian Emperor wastes an hour because of death, then her sin will be great. Bang bang bang. 3 loud noises were connected together and exploded in the air almost at the same time. The shock waves superimposed on each other and instantly pushed back most of the black fog in front of them. Minus 2550. Minus 2399. Minus 2530. 3 damage figures appeared at the same time. The undead beast soldier's giant machete was still raised in the air, and his body was completely blasted to pieces. Qin Fei shook his fist with a relaxed expression, turned around and said, "What did you just say?" "Ah, just now, it might have been an illusion." Dongfang Baili was completely speechless. Didn't see it clearly. She was right next to him, and she didn't see clearly how many punches Qin Fei had thrown. Quick, too fast. Is this the attack speed brought by 1800 agility? You have to start with 5.0, right? Hiss. Dongfang Baili couldn't help but take a breath of cold air. More than 5000 attack power, and an attack speed of more than 5 times per second. How violent. Drip. Your team killed the undead beast soldiers. You have gained 402 experience points. Drip. You have upgraded. You have upgraded. Dongfang Baili stayed where he was and was promoted to 2 levels. Qin Fei also rose to a level. The experience value is very good. Shangguan Yao immediately raised his little hand and said positively, Brother Fei, there is a 100% increase in experience points for leapfrogging kills. Excellent. Qin Fei showed a satisfied smile. To kill monsters, you have to jump through levels to enjoy it. Looking at the magic stone in his hand again, the brilliance on it seemed to become brighter. Walk. Qin Fei followed the guidance of the magic stone and continued to move towards the center of the black fog. Not more than a few dozen meters. Another undead beast soldier hidden in the darkness came out. This time Qin Fei didn't even give it a chance to take action. He rushed forward and dealt with it with 3 punches. -3011, -3102, -6602 crit. In 1 second, Qin Fei finished his work and returned to the team. Dongfang Baili and Shangguan Yao have upgraded again. So fast, really fast. Shangguan Yao felt that her eyesight was a bit dazzled when she saw Qin Fei flash in front of him, and then the monster suddenly died and fell to the ground. But Qin Fei was a little dissatisfied. What do you mean by not exploding things? Are all the undead poor? Just as Dongfang Baili was about to speak, he saw a black light coming out of the thick fog. Careful, Qin Fei had no eyes behind him, and the black light was extremely fast. With a pop, it hit the back of his heart. -425. Hiss. This is the first time since I entered the game that I have received over 100 damage. Qin Fei turned around and realized that what was attacking him was an oversized black arrow. Such attack power, let alone Dongfang Baili and others who are crispy, even level 10 fully equipped warriors will still die. Undead archer. Dongfang Baili held her forehead and frowned. Oops, there might be a necromancer ahead. I'll go ahead. Qin Fei didn't waste any time and rushed into the thick fog to kill the undead archer with 2 punches. Keep exploring. It's the undead beast soldiers again. Qin Fei didn't care what was coming, he waved his fist and charged away. Push all the way. After killing 3 or 4 monsters in a row, I still couldn't find any other clues. Except for the thick fog, there are monsters. I didn't see the crypt, and I didn't know where the seal was. Those undead don't seem to be able to siege. They all attack one by one. Shangguan Yao wondered from behind. Moreover, they seem to be getting bigger and bigger. When Dongfang Baili heard this, he suddenly understood. Fatian Emperor, these undead may be condensed by dark power. If so, then they will become stronger every time they die. We must find the seal or the entrance to the crypt before the monster becomes too strong to cope with it. Seems to be. The undead beast soldiers encountered later seemed to have a little more defense and health bars. Experience points will also be increased. Ha ha ha. Good. Qin Fei suddenly laughed loudly. Such a change really frightened Shangguan Yao. Brother Fei, are you okay? What can I do? Qin Fei said in confusion. Isn't it obvious that he wants to give me experience? Why should he refuse it? Puff. Dongfang Baili's delicate body trembled and she almost lost her balance. It's okay, I just misunderstood. Well, you continue to swipe, there is no need to be polite to the monster. After knowing the opponent's routine, Qin Fei simply stopped exploring into the black mist. Waste of effort. Isn't it good to wait for monsters to come and attack? Whoosh. As he spoke, a dark arrow struck again. Qin Fei was prepared this time, so how could he let it hit? He dodged sideways, then rushed forward and punched twice. -2801. -2755. Not dead. Qin Fei had previously killed the undead archers with just 2 punches. It has been strengthened several times now, and its health has increased by more than 30%. It's okay. 2 punches are not enough, so just give me 1 more punch. For Qin Fei, no matter whether it is 2 punches or 3 punches, it will be solved within 1 second, there is no difference. Drip. You have gained 1202 experience points. You have upgraded. Drip. You have reached level 10, you can change jobs for the first time, and you can reallocate attribute points once. Qin Fei was very comfortable using it with all his strength, so there was no need to wash it. Ding. System notification. Dragon Kingdom player, Fatian Emperor, is the first to reach level 10, and will be rewarded with gold coins x100 and reputation x1000. The ranking list of gods is now open. Players on the list can receive rewards corresponding to their rankings, which will be distributed on the 1st of every month. Another reward for having love for nothing, so comfortable. 100 gold coins, 100,000. Qin Fei smiled and opened the list. Number 1. Fatian Emperor, Dragon Kingdom, level 10. Number 2. Empty. Number 10. Empty. Number 100. Empty. No players below level 10 will be included in the list. Only the top 100 players will be counted. In other words, only these people will receive rewards. Qin Fei didn't care about what happened next, he just wanted to know what the reward was for first place. Rewards this month. Rare Treasure Chest X3, Rare Gem X3, Gold Coin X 1000, Reputation X 1000. There are only 8 days until number 1. You can get this reward in a few days. Of course, you can't be surpassed by others on the 1st of next month. Qin Fei now hopes that the black mist in front of him can gain some energy. Strengthen it a few more times. Don't let your guard down at the critical moment. Among the gods, countless players have begun to doubt life. What the hell, I'm only level 2. Why? It's the same game. When people come in, they'll kill each other, but when I come in, I'll just kill them. He is obviously so strong, yet he still works so hard. No, I want to level up. If you lose the boss, you will lose. You must not lose in terms of level. This is the last stubbornness of the gangsters. Go ahead. Dragon Kingdom, Eastern District Base. The identity of Fatian Emperor has not been found yet. Eastern War is quite dissatisfied with the current progress. War Master, how many lists of internal beta testers have we investigated? None of them are. What, not a beta tester? Dongfang Zhan really wants to slap these little brats to death. Do you know what you're talking about? Didn't participate in the closed beta. There is no information about the closed beta. Even if he uses an invincible attack, he can't kill the boss so quickly, right? The staff in the war room are also suffering. Yes, the war commander said it is absolutely yes, we will rescreen it carefully right away. Tisk, fool, Dongfang Zhan said. Start the investigation with the family members of the internal beta testers. Even if this person is not in the internal beta test, he must be in contact with the internal beta testers. Also, check which novice village he is in. Who has seen him? Who are his friends? I don't believe it. He can still fly to the sky. Snapped. Everyone saluted and responded in unison. Yes. I promise to complete the mission. Eastern Mountains. Shang Zhenghao and several guild members stopped outside the black mist. Open private chat. Young Master Zhang, it is confirmed that Fatian Emperor is practicing in the black mist. Do you want 500 people? Okay, I understand, I'll get it done right away. The other side. Zhang Sha in the villa stood up in a leisurely manner. Did you find out? No. The butler shook his head and said, what is certain is that all the families and forces are looking for him. This is very strange. It seems that all the forces don't know who he is. Ha ha ha, okay. No news is the best news. Zhang Sha laughed happily. This is the result he wants. It is now 90% certain. Fatian Emperor has no power and is just an ordinary person. Kai, rubbish. You, an ordinary citizen, what can you do to fight with me? Tempered Saber. Grade. Excellent. Requirements. Level 10. Attack power. 52. Armor break. 15. This saber Qin Fei is the only equipment left, and it can be equipped after upgrading. Swish, swish. Qin Fei struck twice in the air. It feels good. It seems it's time to retire the fist. In addition to providing a longer attack range, the saber also allows skills to be used. Qin Fei looked at the undead beast soldiers who were killing him again. Cut. The magic instantly condensed into azure brilliance on the blade. I saw a flash of sword light in the air. Click. The undead beast soldier, who was more than 10 meters tall, had his left leg cut off with a knife. Minus 3801. Good. Qin Fei's eyes lit up. This is an undead beast soldier that has been strengthened more than 10 times, and its defense has been improved many times. The defense of the one in front of you is at least 1500 points. Skills work better than expected. Especially when facing high defense targets, it can even increase damage by far more than 30%. Whoosh! Qin Fei's arm shook. In the blink of an eye, 5 rays of cold light shot out. Minus 2701. Minus 2645. Minus 2820. minus 2,747, minus 2,899. 5 knives per second. The undead beast soldier was split in half on the spot and died instantly. Hi, cool. Qin Fei gave a low drink. Choosing a warrior was indeed the right thing to do. If you were playing a mage, how could you have such a knife to the bone feel? I'll cut it. With the knife in hand, Qin Fei could not wait for the monster to come to his door. I saw him rushing into the dark mist with a single stride. Whenever there is a black shadow coming out, the saber in his hand will be slashed at it immediately. Drip. You have gained 1420 experience points. You have gained 1372 experience points. Drip. You have upgraded. Qin Fei didn't have time to read the prompts, so he just slashed randomly with the knife. Dongfang Bailey in the back was completely numb at the moment. It was obviously an undead monster that could only be eliminated by the light sacrifice, but the Fatian Emperor was able to kill it with just a few punches. Now that he holds the knife in his hand, he is chopping melons and vegetables. Indiscriminate killing. No monster can fight back. To meet is to die. Dongfang Bailey even began to wonder whether the hidden mission had become easier. Or is it that monsters like the undead beast soldiers are not as strong as those encountered during the initial closed beta? Well, it's been upgraded again. Dongfang Bailey couldn't get excited at all when she saw the upgrade prompt. Too fast. After a while of effort, I reached level 10. Now, she didn't even know how to laugh. Still should cry. In order to prepare for the launch of the God server this time, she studied for 7 days and 7 nights before formulating a perfect early stage strategy. Grab time, grab tasks, kill the boss first, and practice to about level 7. Then go back to the village to get skills, and try to trigger hidden tasks. Once you get silver coins to buy potions, you will immediately start leveling up like crazy. Try your best to reach level 10 the next day. The plan is wonderful. Reality is more dreamy. She had been in the game for an hour or two without doing anything, and she was already at level 10. Not only level 10, and it's even on the ranking list. Even the only top 3. Are you sure it's not a dream? No, Dongfang Bailey was definitely not dreaming. Because she never dared to dream that she could reach the top 3 in the rankings. Qin Fei was on the rise in the black mist, but he didn't notice that the magic stone in his hand was flashing faster and faster. Buzz! A ray of bronze brilliance shot out from the magic stone, penetrated the layers of black mist, and hit the mountain wall directly. Rumble! For a moment, it seemed as if the earth was shaking and the mountains were shaking, and countless rubbles flew down. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Qin Fei was stunned for a moment. It's over. I haven't had enough fun yet. Drip. You discovered the dark crypt. At the same time the prompt sounds. The surrounding black mist was immediately sucked in by the crypt, and the surrounding environment became clear. So far so good. Qin Fei finally breathed a sigh of relief when he saw the entrance to the crypt. Bai Li, do you want to go down? Shangguan Yao took the lead and stood up, stepped on the gravel with one foot, grabbed a brand new longbow with his left hand, shook out the green cloak with his right hand, threw his long silver hair behind his head, and suddenly muttered. Finally level 10. Ha ha ha. From now on, no one can whisper to me. Tremble, tremble, humble undead. Your Majesty the Queen is back. 3 black lines appeared on Dongfang Bailey's forehead, and she wished she could dig a hole and bury herself in it. Whose crazy sister is this? Anyway, it's not from my family. I'm not familiar with it. I'm really not familiar with it. Could you please take it home? Okay. Qin Fei watched her sassy performance and immediately praised her. Since you are so courageous, I'll leave this crypt to you to explore. I'll withdraw first. Ahem, it's a trivial matter. Shangguan Yao coughed twice without changing her expression, her heart not beating, and waved gently, you just need to follow me. Boom. The crypt entrance shook again. This time, countless black mist emerged from the crypt, which was more condensed and colder than before. The chill seemed to penetrate directly into the soul. Even Qin Fei can feel it. The next second, countless black mist condensed together, showing the shape of a huge skull, rushing out like crazy. Boom. At the entrance to the crypt, an invisible energy barrier blocked it. But the terrifying impact still made several people's scalps numb. It seems like the entire mountain range is trembling. Facing the ceiling barrier, The skull became even crazier, launching collisions again and again. Boom, boom, boom. Every impact is filled with endless anger and hatred, as if it wants to smash the seal and the mountain together. But that seemingly weak seal can always block it in the crypt. Finally, the skull gave up. The next second, it suddenly opened its mouth and burst out with a shocking roar. Ah, Asiat, I will wait for you in hell. I will torture you for 10,000 years, 10,000 years. Shangguan Yao had never seen this scene before, and his little face turned pale with fright. That terrifying roar seemed to be right in front of her, as if it was coming towards her. Woo! Shangguan Yao rushed to Qin Fei's side with a snap. Very soon, his little head was pressed tightly against Qin Fei's back, and he said in a crying voice, "Ooh, brother, save me." Puff! Ha 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 ha! Qin Fei almost laughed and slapped him away. It's just a game, what's there to be afraid of? If you really don't dare to go, then stay here and guard the door. Woo! Shangguan Yao wiped away her tears, pursed her lips and hesitated for a while, then said, "No, I can just follow my brother." When Dongfang Baili saw this, she really wanted to die. "Yaoer, my sister has really loved you for so many years in vain." "That's not true." Shangguan Yao quickly shook his head and said, "Sister Li is so powerful, she doesn't need brother's protection." Halfway through the conversation, Shangguan Yao moved her body and signaled, "Well, if Sister Li is also afraid, can Yaoer give you half of it?" Phew, cough. I would really appreciate it. Dongfang Baili almost choked to death on one sentence. After giving the little girl a hard look, she gritted her teeth and said, "You'd better keep it for yourself." Sister understands. Qin Fei suddenly remembered that she had seen dark monsters. The monster just mentioned Asiat, did you know? Dongfang Baili was actually a little panicked just now and didn't pay much attention to it. Now when he heard it, he suddenly became focused. Asiat, there is a sculpture of a legendary mage in St. Carl's, and his name seems to be Asiat. I don't know much about it. After all, I didn't have much time to pay attention to these during the internal beta. However, the information is saved. I may find something useful when I get home to check it out later. A legendary person. Logically speaking, it is already beyond mortals, almost a demigod. Qin Fei just asked casually. Now it is basically certain that it is the monster he sealed. This news is actually enough. Let's go down and see if I can gain experience. Ah, Dongfang Baili looked surprised. You really want to go down, right? In the dark crypt, all light comes from the magic stone. And the distance that can be illuminated is only 5 or 6 meters nearby. Shangguan Yao held Qin Fei's shoulders tightly and almost threw himself on his back, letting him carry him. Hiss. Qin Fei is really embarrassed now. As an elf, Shangguan Yao naturally has an excellent figure. Soft as boneless, as cold as jade, refreshing. The key is, the novice costume of the gods is really thin. It's not a little bit thin, but 2 points. Alas, Qin Fei sighed helplessly and explained. The seal of the legendary mage should not be broken so easily. Moreover, the ancient monsters that the legendary mage can choose to seal are unlikely to be lower than the legendary, and may even be at the demigod level. Demigod. Dongfang Baili's delicate body trembled, and she said with disbelief on her face, "How could a demigod-level monster appear near Novice Village? Wasn't the one just now a pure hell demon?" "Ah!" Shangguan Yao suddenly exclaimed, hugged Qin Fei tightly with both hands, and continued to move upward involuntarily. Phew! Qin Fei finally understood what a 100% virtual game meant. Reality. This game is a little too real. If his physique were not good enough, he would be killed by this girl sooner or later. "Brother, there is." Shangguan Yao huddled behind and pointed weakly. Qin Fei followed the guidance and looked. "I saw a white skeleton lying in the corner in front of me. Judging from the size of the bones, he should be from the human race." There were no weapons or equipment around, only a worn-out gray leather bag, tightly grasped by the skeletal hand. "Don't you like opening boxes? This is also a box." Qin Fei pointed at the bag. "Woo, no, 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 no." Shangguan Yao shook her head vigorously. "Ha, the opportunity was given to you, but you didn't use it." Qin Fei couldn't help but smile, then leaned over to open his backpack. Drip. You got dark magic. You have obtained Asiat's diary. Is it a mission prop? Dongfang Bailey asked. Should be. The dark magic in Qin Fei's hand seems to be made of metal, and the cover has a keyhole that cannot be opened. The other, Asiat's diary, is an ordinary notebook with some yellowing. Let's take a look first and then talk. Qin Fei turned to the first page. Wow, dozens of icy green auras suddenly rushed out of the diary, and in the blink of an eye they turned into translucent ghosts. Ah, Shangguan Yao just glanced at it curiously, but was instantly frightened and retracted his head. Ooh, brother, let's go back. Okay, Yaoer won't take any risks next time. Qin Fei did not reply, but looked at the ghost carefully. All he could see was a simple mage robe. The face is thin, the expression is calm, and the eyes are deep. Even in the ghost state, people can feel a calm extraordinary temperament. Same, the ghost seemed to be looking at Qin Fei and the others. Legendary mage, Asiat, Qin Fei said tentatively. It's been so many years. I didn't expect that there are still people who can remember this name. Asiat seemed a little surprised and continued. Are you here to eradicate the bone demon? Didn't you agree to seal it? How did it become eradicated? Dongfang Bailey quickly explained. Actually, we are here to strengthen the seal. Also, is the bone demon very powerful? The demon general directly under the 7 demons of hell, Mephisk, masters all the bone spirit magic. His strength far exceeds the level of human demigods. He is one of the oldest and most difficult demons in hell. Asiat calmly recounted. Ah, are you sure you're not trying to flatter yourself? Qin Fei couldn't help but ask. Since it is a demon far superior to a demigod, how did you seal it? Burn life and soul, and with the help of the nearly infinite power of the mountains on the continent of Epihia, I barely sealed 1/5 of its soul here. Asiat's tone did not waver. It seems that burning life and soul is just a trivial matter to him. When Dongfang Bailey heard this, he already understood that to complete the task, he could only rely on the legendary mage Asiat in front of him. Excuse me, after the seal is loosened, can you seal it again? I am already dead and have no power to help you. What you see now is not my soul, it's just the memory that was imprisoned in the diary before I died. Having said this, a hint of indescribable bitterness appeared on the corner of Asiat's mouth. Of course, this imprisoned memory can be regarded as using some evil magic about the soul in dark magic. Dongfang Bailey seemed to have asked the wrong question, so he turned to, excuse me, how can we strengthen the seal? Asiat looked at the only light source in the crypt. What you have in your hand should be the earth-sealing demonic stone that I left behind. As long as you put it into the core of the seal, you can activate the power of Yttriel's earth and continue to trap the bone demon in the seal. The mission was finally clear. The 3 people immediately took the diary and headed deep into the cave under the guidance of Asiat. Going deeper, there are more and more bones on the ground. Some of them were human, and some were extremely huge, obviously monsters or orcs. Go deeper. The entire ground was covered with bones. One can imagine how tragic was the sealing battle back then. We are very lucky. The bone demon seems to be sleeping. Asiat pointed to a mountain of bones at the end. The core of the seal is at the bottom. Remember to be careful when cleaning it, so as not to wake up that guy. As soon as these words came out, Qin Fei and Dongfang Bailey looked surprised at the same time. Who told you that the bone demon was sleeping? Rumble. The 100-meter-high bone mountain suddenly shook. Jia, Asiat, I've finally waited for you. The cold laughter seemed to come from the depths of hell. Boom, countless bones flew up from the ground, stacked layer upon layer. In the blink of an eye, a giant skull with a diameter of over 100 meters was formed. Boom. 2 masses of dark aura exploded in the skull's eyes. The flames from hell burned with endless anger, as if they were going to devour several people alive. Come to hell. Look at the 10,000 punishments I specially prepared for you. I believe you will like it. Asiat's expression became solemn for the first time. Be careful, the bone demon has awakened. ? Qin Fei couldn't help but glance at him. Is there a possibility that I already knew that it was not sleeping? Young man, I appreciate your courage. Asiat showed an appreciative look. Good, thank you. Qin Fei drew out his saber and looked forward warily. Young man, don't be impulsive. Seeing this, Asiat frowned and said, although the body of the bone demon is in hell, and only part of its soul is here, when the seal is loosened, it can still explode with strength above the master level. You are all newbies and have no power to fight against it. Asiat took a deep breath with a complicated expression. Retreat. Give me the dark magic book. Even if you fall into darkness again, I will do my best to help you hold it back. The words have not yet fallen. Qin Fei had already thrown the elf on his back to Bai Li, and he quickly rushed forward with his sword in hand. I saw his body flashing, and in the blink of an eye he came to the left side of the skull, and slashed with his backhand. Whoosh! The saber that gathered magic struck the air and shot out a cold light. Click! The blade cut 3-meter-long cracks on the skull. Minus 10,200. The moment the damage burst out, Asiat fell into a sluggish state, and his green face now looked even greener. You, what is your skill? Cut, haven't you seen it? While Qin Fei spoke, he drew his knife and retreated, looking at the opponent's health bar. Not moving, the blood bar on the bone demon's head did come out, and it was more than 100 meters long. Just hit it with 10,000 damage. It cannot be said that there is no change, I can only say that it is motionless. Hundreds of millions. The exact number of billions is still uncertain. Qin Fei is now at level 14, and his attack power is much stronger than before, approaching 10,000. Although the skull in front of him is said to be a hell bone demon, it actually does not have a very high defense. Even lower than the defense of the undead beast soldiers outside. But I have to say, its health bar is really thick. Even if the bone demon stood still and allowed itself to cut at will, it would probably take more than 10 hours of continuous cutting before it reached the bottom. Slash. Asiat looked shocked. Isn't this a low-level skill for the warrior profession? Could it be that, in the years since my death, humans have upgraded slashing into advanced skills? It does not matter. Asiat fell into deep thought again. Okay. If you have this kind of strength, then we may still have a chance to strengthen the seal. Snapped. Qin Fei has already thrown away the dark magic he just got. Mission props, things that can't be opened are kept useless. Alas, Asiat got the magic book, and his expression was obviously a little scrupulous. But now he has no better choice. Judging from the current status of the seal, it may be broken at any time. Once the bone demon's soul is released, the most difficult demon general in hell will recover from serious injuries. When the time comes, it will inevitably lead an army of skeletons and once again launch crazy revenge and massacre against the human world. In this case, the seal he exchanged for his life will become meaningless. Young man, I will try my best to buy you time. Asiat made up his mind and said decisively. As long as I put the magic stone into the core and completely seal the bone demon, I won't have any regrets even if I fall into hell. Bugs. The bone demon only has Asiat in his eyes and doesn't care at all about Qin Fei's attack. But that doesn't mean that it will let Qin Fei attack. Rumble. White skeletons climbed up from the ground. Bones of different races, different sizes, and different positions were randomly assembled together to form a strange-looking skeleton warrior. In a blink, hundreds of skeleton warriors were waving the bones of unknown creatures as they charged towards Qin Fei. Whoosh! Qin Fei just swept with his sword, and the 3 skeleton warriors were cut in half by the saber. Minus 7,298. Minus 7,420. Minus 7,311. Depend on. If you can't chop down the bone demon, can you still chop down the garbage? Qin Fei glanced at the prompt bar. No kills, no experience. Pure summons. The next second, the broken skeleton warrior picked up a few bones from the ground very casually and pressed them on himself, then stood up crookedly and continued to attack. The toughest demon in hell. Qin Fei now understands the value of this word. I have no experience, I can't be beaten to death, and I have infinite resurrections. It seems that the only solution is to kill the summoner of the skeleton, the bone demon. Fine. There is no need to kill the bone demon now, just rush to the core of the seal. Qin Fei really doesn't want to waste too much time here. After all, the school cafeteria will be closed soon. For lunch, go. Qin Fei picked up his saber and rushed out like a cannonball. Wherever they passed, all the skeleton warriors were cut in half. At the same time, more skeleton warriors climbed up from the ground. The other side. Asiat has already opened the dark magic book. The endless hell of depravity, the place of despair and fear, the source of painful torment. The absolute darkness of the deepest parts of hell. You erode everything. You devour everything. You destroy everything. A cold spell burst out from Asiat's mouth. Not only did the bone demon not stop him, but he showed a joking expression. Jia, Jehieji, eternal darkness, great Mephisk, have you seen it? The guardian who once made mankind proud, the legendary mage Asiat, actually chose to become a part of the darkness. The bone demon was so excited, even excited. Asiat, I have been waiting for you in hell for 1,000 years. I know you will come sooner or later. Come on, hell is your eternal destination. I will introduce you to the great Mephisk, of course, after you have been tortured for 10,000 years. Boom, Asiat's ghost body instantly burst into flames. That is the black flame, the soul fire from hell. This moment, there was no turning back for him. You can't go to heaven, you can't stay on earth, you can only fall into hell. There was no tremor in Asiat's eyes. He pointed at the bone demon and the bone mountain below it with one hand, and said coldly, let it decay. Huchi. The dark atmosphere in the crypt suddenly turned into an undercurrent, rushing toward the bone demon like a wave. There are no excited energy waves. Any bones that touch the dark aura will turn into dust in an instant. The corrupt power of darkness. In the hands of Asiat, it showed its most terrifying side. Even a bone demon, even the skull with a diameter of more than 100 meters was melting and falling off layer by layer under the darkness and decay. -10 million. -10 million. -10 million. The damage figure of 10 million is soaring like crazy without any money. The bone demon's suffocating blood bar was falling at a speed visible to the naked eye. Is this the legendary mage who fell into darkness? Dongfang Bailey looked at all this in shock. That terrifying damage figure is estimated to be able to instantly kill all beings below the level of legend. Even a Templar with full darkness resistance would not be able to withstand this level of skill. Too strong. The abilities of the dark system are much more shocking than the skills of the conventional magic system. As a mage, she really didn't know how to refuse this power. Under the dark tide that can corrupt everything, the bones melted quickly like icebergs in the sun. Asiat was not completely crazy. He was still controlling the wave of darkness and did not let this terrifying power of decay affect Qin Fei. Same. Without the attack of the dark wave, the skeleton warriors around Qin Fei would not melt, and their number would still be huge. Good. Qin Fei raised the corner of his mouth, chopped up several skeleton warriors in front of him with his hand, and charged again. There is no interference from the bone demon. There is no endless mountain of bones. Once the remaining skeleton warriors are broken into pieces, it will not be so easy to stand up again. This way, they simply can't stop themselves anymore. Soon, the core of the seal appeared in Qin Fei's eyes. It was a magic circle composed of 6 crystal pillars engraved with magic runes. A transparent energy barrier isolates everything outside. Quickly, throw the magic stone into the core representing the earth element. Asiat's soul burned in the flames of hell. The extremely painful look on his face showed that it was not necessary to use this level of dark magic. There is no cost. Snapped. Qin Fei rushed to the core and threw the magic stone into the center without hesitation. The next second, hills outlined by runes slowly stood up in the formation. To the opposite, the ground under Qin Fei's feet seemed to be sinking. At the same time, the sinking ground also submerged layers of bones. Less than 10 seconds, the bones that originally filled the entire crypt were completely buried by the earth. Wait for the shock to pass. Wait until the dark wave recedes. The bone demon above still retains 1/3 of its health bar. Jia, is this the end? The bone demon laughed unbridledly. Asiat, do you know how long I have been waiting for this day? Even now, you still want to escape from hell, is it possible? What's the situation? Qin Fei and Dongfang Bailey looked at each other. The seal is reinforced, why is the bone demon still there? Is it failure? Dongfang Bailey gritted his teeth secretly. No way. Can the legendary mage not be able to deal with this bone demon even if he turns black on the spot? So is it possible to complete this hidden mission? Hey, Asiat sighed regretfully. Young man, you can go back. Leave the rest to me. Ah, Mission accomplished. But what about rewards, what about tips? Qin Fei didn't see anything. Dongfang Bailey also shook his head without any hint. The other side. Asiat stretched out his hand and connected dots in the air, quickly drawing a series of magic runes. In any era, brave men need to stand up for the sake of humanity, life, and faith. And you are the practitioners of the brave oath. Asiat paused for a moment and continued. Everything here should have disappeared with me, but the instructions from my friends back then have never been completed. I think that as brave men, you are fully qualified to inherit their will. While talking, Asiat actually reached into the runes and took out 3 ancient sheepskin scrolls, which fell in front of Qin Fei and the others. Although it may not be completely suitable. Asiat stopped talking, then smiled bitterly and said, "A dead man who has fallen into darkness is not qualified to teach you anymore. Go ahead. Drop. You have obtained a rare job change item Shadow of Innocence. Rare profession." Qin Fei looked at Dongfang Bailey next to him. "Are you rare too?" Aha! Dongfang Bailey could no longer suppress the curvature of his mouth, and said excitedly, "Rare profession, the mysterious method of the stars." She originally thought that as long as it was a hidden mage. It turned out to be rare. During the closed beta, no one had obtained a rare profession. She didn't even think about it. It feels like I never buy lottery tickets, but I pick one up from the ground as soon as I go out. Not just winning the prize. And it's a super grand prize, the kind that directly empties the prize pool of hundreds of millions. Brother Fei, what I got is a multi-dimensional shooter. Shengguan Yao got the job change props, and the ghost in front of him suddenly became much kinder. Why? Qin Fei didn't quite understand. This reward distribution is obviously wrong. Did he eat 100 gold coins and 10,000 experience points from me? Well, 3 black lines appeared on Dongfang Bailey's forehead. Or rare professions less important than gold coins and experience? Yes, you old man already has it and doesn't care. But we haven't yet. Call. Dongfang Bailey reorganized her thoughts. If the tasks and the gods are overcompleted, the rewards will indeed change. Judging from the process this time, we actually only need to go through the black fog outside and find Asiat and it will be over. Qin Fei thought for a moment, and it seemed like this was the case. I was going to leave. But he went up and gave the bone demon a knife and did not leave. Dongfang Bailey continued. Normally speaking, even if we forcefully continue the mission at that time, we will encounter countless skeleton warriors later, and there is no possibility of completing it. Is it difficult for skeleton warriors? Qin Fei didn't think so at all. Well, it might be a little bit more difficult for others, right? Dongfang Bailey really didn't know how to answer. Asiat stared at the bone demon with an awe-inspiring expression that he didn't care about life and death. Children, let's go. This time I will completely nail the soul of the bone demon under the mountains of Apahia. Jihieji. The bone demon's laughter was still so arrogant. I know you want to use darkness to imprison. That you can. But your soul will definitely follow me back to hell. Do you think 10,000 years of torture would be too merciful? The bone demon under the seal can't actually use much power. But it's not afraid. Because the seal is strengthened, it will not bring back the part of its soul that has escaped. Asiat does not have a second life. Therefore, his attempt to strengthen the seal this time was destined to fail. And what it has been waiting for is this moment. Give your enemies some hope first, then crush them, and then slowly appreciate their despair. Wonderful. This is his favorite show. Asiat. You have embraced darkness once, you should know. The human world cannot accept you again. Only hell is where you belong. Under the leadership of the great Mephisk, you will gain eternal life, immortal power, and power that surpasses the peak of mankind. Think about it. Think about the boundless darkness just now, how wonderful it was. Face deception. Asiat didn't waver at all. He turned to look at Qin Fei and the others with eyes that were so firm and yet so gentle. Go back. People who have died once will not care how many times they die. At last, Asiat's eyes fell on Qin Fei and warned. Although the Shadow of Innocence is a thief profession, not all those hiding in the darkness are depraved people. That's the case, my friend. I believe that you, with a brave will, can do the same. Well, although Dongfang Bailey felt a little pity, he still said, Asiat's death should be part of the plot, so we don't need to be too sad. Joke. What is sadness? Qin Fei is excited about thieves. Bai Li, do you think we forced to continue the mission just now? Does that count as forcibly changing the plot? Sure, Dongfang Bai Li didn't think much. Then there is nothing to worry about. Qin Fei took out the job change tool, Greedy. Drop. Congratulations on your successful job transfer to Greedy. You can now have a second combat profession. Continue. Drop. Congratulations on your successful transfer to Shadow of Innocence. You have learned advanced skills: Innocent Stealth, Innocent Stealing, Innocent Ambush, Innocent Escape, and Triple Shadow Strike. Qin Fei spent so much effort, but he only needed one skill. Innocent Stealing, Level 1, 0/100ths Advanced. Launch a steal against a nearby target, and there is a 10% chance of obtaining items from the target or from the package. Regardless of whether the steal is successful or not, you will not be discovered by the other party. The target cannot be higher than 30 levels above you. Continuous use on the same target will result in the loss of the innocence effect. Cost: 100 mana. Cooldown: 360 seconds. Children, you still have a long way to go. There is no need to be sad for me. After Asiat finished speaking, he resolutely walked towards the bone demon. Hee. A meaningful smile appeared at the corner of Qin Fei's mouth, but he didn't know when he had a pair of transparent gloves on his hands. The thief's ultimate intention. The next second, Qin Fei rushed out, targeting the bone demon. ? Dongfang Bai Li couldn't understand at all. What are you going to do? Wu, Shengguan Yao couldn't help wiping her tears. Brother, he is too emotional. In order to prevent the ghost grandpa from dying, he would rather fight the boss. Puff. Is that so? Dongfang Bai Li thought for a while. Except for this reason, there seems to be no other reason. But, can the bone demon really be killed? It's just the soul trapped here. Is it possible to kill its soul with only physical attacks? No, Asiat is going crazy, his soul is trembling. The bone demon can open the passage to hell, and it will drag you into hell, where you will be trapped forever. The words were not spoken yet. The bone demon has opened his mouth with a grin. Inside, there is a vortex full of darkness and fire. Steal without guilt. Qin Fei stepped aside and placed his left hand on the skull. Beep. Stealing successful. You have obtained part of the soul of the hell bone demon. Ha ha ha, it's done. Qin Fei excitedly opened the equipment panel. The thief's ultimate intention. Hey, what is the highest achievement of a thief? I said I stole Lady Luck's heart, do you believe it? Grade: Sacred Artifact. Requirements: Thief. Can steal any target. Can steal any items, props, abilities, attributes. Stolen items can be kept in the ring. Save up to 5 pieces of loot. All stealing skills share a cooldown time. The cooldown time for all stealing skills is 1 day. If the stealing fails, you will not be able to use any stealing skills for 30 days, and a stolen item will be lost randomly. Booty 1. Lady Luck's heart. Booty 2. Part of the soul of the hellbone demon. Booty 3. Empty. Booty 4. Empty. Booty 5. Empty. At the same time, the bone demon's laughter stopped abruptly. In his eyes, the 2 black flames were extinguished instantly. Rumble. In front of several people, the huge skull disintegrated out of thin air and shattered to pieces. Ah, the accident came too suddenly. No harm done. There weren't any explosions. There isn't any fighting. The bone demon simply disappeared. Dongfang Bai Li's eyes were filled with confusion. Asiat's jaw dropped in shock. Bone demon, dead. Impossible. Asiat would never accept this outcome. An enemy he could not defeat with his life. He could only barely seal away the enemy despite abandoning his lifelong belief. How could it be such a simple death? No, the bone demon only has his soul here. He will never die. At most, he can only be sealed. After Asiat calmed down for a while, the more he thought about it, the more something was wrong. Any sealing skill cannot be activated silently, let alone instantaneously, so, it is not a seal. But, what is that? Is it a new age skill? Shengguan Yao suddenly came over at this time. Grandpa Ghost, that big skeleton is dead, why are you unhappy? Ahem. Asiat's face suddenly turned dark green. Who said that? I must be happy, I am very happy. Well, very happy. Yes, I was so happy that I almost cried. Asiat just said a lot, prepared everything, and died generously. Now it's suddenly over. Never mind. This feeling. It was simply worse than killing him. Real. Maybe the torture in hell is not so painful, right? He sacrificed himself to darkness. If you fall into hell, everything will be easy. But now he doesn't, so what identity will he use to return to the light? A ghost who has fallen into darkness still wants light. Ridiculous. Let's go. Asiat waved his hand and said lifelessly. The bone demon is not dead. He may wake up at any time. Just let me guard this seal forever. Steal at will. Success. Qin Fei suppressed the excitement in his heart. I made the dumplings just for this dish of vinegar. Without this heaven-defying effect, who would play thief? There are so many limitations to a stealing skill. The low success rate is scary, and the cooldown is very long. Certainly, today's cooling is longer, literally 1 day. But the success rate is high. As a thief, what would you risk your life for? Luck. When Qin Fei saw this piece of equipment, he didn't understand why the thief stole the goddess. I get it now. A thief without the protection of Lady Luck will always be a garbage thief. Because the success rate of stealing is really too low. Stealing without guilt is a high-level skill and only has a 10% chance. If you also include the success rate after level suppression, the success rate of stealing against high-level targets will be infinitely close to 0. The bone demon's soul is not only of a higher level, but also of a higher rank. Even at the same level, it is almost difficult to succeed. But Qin Fei did it for the first time. If you want to say that there is no help from Lady Luck, that would be nonsense. They definitely put in a lot of effort. Now let's look back at the penalties for failed theft. Disable skills, lose loot. Judging from the appalling success rate of thieves, there is no way a single stolen item can be stored in the gloves. It clearly has the properties of a holy weapon, but it can only be thrown into the warehouse as rubbish. And all this, all because of a successful theft, because of a piece of stolen goods, a complete change took place. Artifact. The ultimate glove with the heart of the goddess of luck is definitely an artifact. The question now is, how to use this thing. Qin Fei now has 2 stolen goods. Since it is stolen goods, it must be your own. If it's your own thing, use it. First up is the heart of the goddess. Well, let's leave this aside for now. Qin Fei is not sure what state this thing is in. It's best not to move around until he understands it. As long as it can increase luck and ensure the success rate of stealing. As for part of the bone demon's soul, as soon as Qin Fei had the idea of using it, a cloud of black smoke came out of his gloves, and in the blink of an eye it turned into a dark skull the size of a basketball. With that look, who is it if it's not a bone demon? Humans, how dare you seal me? The moment the bone demon came out, his anger burst out like a volcano. Wow, when Shangguan Yao saw the bone demon resurrected, he was so confused that he ducked behind Qin Fei. Asiat's eyes showed a hint of surprise and excitement. Bone demon. I will completely imprison you. Snapped. When Qin Fei saw that Asiat was going crazy, he immediately took the bone demon back. Asiat was instantly embarrassed on the spot. Both eyes are black. Wanna die, brother. Shangguan Yao also poked her head out in confusion. Qin Fei smiled casually. It's nothing, I just sealed it. Seal. Asiat's face darkened. What type of seal can have such a heaven-defying effect? Except for gods. Hiss. God. Asiat's whole body was shocked. Only gods can control the soul at will, and it is a demigod soul at the level of the bone demon. But you, daughter, obviously not a god. Then the answer is that only artifacts are left. Dongfang Bailey suddenly understood when he heard this. It may not be a divine weapon, but it must be a holy weapon or above. Oh my god, is this what the sacred weapon is for? I remember that Fatian Emperor said that that piece of equipment had many restrictions. Can it only be used on souls? In this case, if you just seal souls or demons, there are still many restrictions, and most battle scenes may not be used. But it's still very, very outrageous. Use it at critical moments, and even the legendary mage will be defeated. Ha ha ha. Asiat suddenly stopped being entangled, and instead said happily with a smile on his face, my child who is loved by the gods, it seems that Apahia's future will be left to you to protect. What an artifact. He has lived for so many years and has only seen artifacts in classics. According to legend, artifacts possess powers comparable to those of gods. It is possible even to fight against the 7 demon gods of hell, let alone just a demon general under the 7 demon gods. Qin Fei did not refute their speculation, but just summoned the bone demon again. Despicable fool! I will put you in purgatory and torture you for 10,000 years. The bone demon was even angrier after it came out this time, but no matter how angry it was, it couldn't use any of its abilities. What kind of seal did you use? Shut up. Qin Fei tried to control the other party. Jihieji, who do you think you are? No one can order me except the great Mephisk. Snapped. Qin Fei shut it in again. One thing is certain now. The stolen goods belong to you and can be used. But if it is stolen goods with a certain amount of willpower, it is not very convenient to use. Think about it too. The thief's ultimate is a piece of equipment designed for stealing. It would be great to be able to store some special stolen goods. If you want to perfectly control these stolen goods, the quality must be an artifact. After a while, Qin Fei summoned the bone demon again. You can only speak after I ask you to speak. Don't scream at me. The bone demon was finally shocked. It has never seen such an outrageous sealing ability. If you want to seal it, seal it. If you want to release it, let it go. This should be an effect only possessed by some extremely powerful artifacts. Which god are you, human being, a descendant of? Did I let you speak? Qin Fei glanced at it. The bone demon's eyes were filled with fire, and his entire skull was trembling. He was obviously very angry. What do you want? Let me tell you, sealing cannot threaten me. Qin Fei shrugged indifferently and held down the bone demon's head with one hand. Little skeleton, open your eyes and see, who is in control of the situation now. Crunch, crunch. As a high-level existence in hell, the bone demon was so angry that he bit his teeth into pieces. I will take good care of things that are useful to me. And useless things are only worthy of being thrown into the trash. Qin Fei glanced at the bone demon with disdain, and then said, I think special garbage like you should be thrown into the holy sea of light or the temple of the sun and purified properly. Ding! When the bone demon heard this, his soul couldn't help but tremble. Seal, it is not afraid. Even if it dies, it will not die. Even if it is light purification, the great thing is the loss of part of the soul. But if it comes from the purification of the God of Light, it may even be annihilated. Will the God of Light take action personally because of a human being? I do not know. It's really hard to judge the bone demon. After all, the human being in front of him actually possesses an artifact. Thinking of this, the bone demon suppressed the anger in his heart and spoke again. We can talk. What do you want? Talk. Ha ha ha. Qin Fei smiled. Are you qualified to negotiate now? Snapped. Qin Fei took the bone demon back. There are so many people now that it is difficult for him to continue testing. And he also didn't think about how to use the bone demon. Go back first, this thing probably needs some training. Qin Fei said casually. Puff. Asiat finally couldn't hold it in anymore and spit out a mouthful of soul fire on the spot. Throughout the tens of thousands of years of Apahia's history, this is probably the first time someone has said that they want to train demons. Shengguan Yao suddenly remembered something, raised his head and asked, Brother, can this little skeleton now be a pet? Pet. Qin Fei thought for a moment. If you want to put it that way, after training, it should be almost like a pet. Phew. Asiat spit out another mouthful of soul fire. O omniscient God of wisdom! Did you see it? Since when, even such a big demon can be a pet? From bone demons to pets. The name changed. Shengguan Yao immediately felt that the little skeleton was very cute. Brother, after it is trained, can you let me play with it? Puff. Now it was Dongfang Baili who was about to spit out blood. Yaoer, stop making trouble. Shengguan Yao rolled her eyes aggrievedly. But sister, that's a little skeleton, and it can still talk. Well, if you want to say so. Dongfang Baili also felt that it was indeed very suitable. No, or not. I don't even dare to think about Fatian Emperor's pet, so don't even think about it. I'm not sure if it can be done. We'll see when the time comes. Qin Fei is not completely sure now. If it really doesn't work, I'd probably go to the Holy See or a place like a temple to try. Brother is so powerful, I can definitely do it, Sheng Guanyao thought. He agreed and said happily. The other side. Asiat looked at the seal and pondered. Part of the bone demon's soul is still sealed here, so what is that in your hand? Ah, Asiat suddenly came to his senses. What you sealed should be part of the soul of the bone demon that escaped from the seal. Qin Fei recalled the previous conversation and immediately asked, you mean, most of the bone demon's soul is still in the seal, and the soul in the seal is only 1/5 of the bone demon's soul? As such that, Asiat affirmed, the bone demon is a very powerful demigod from hell, especially when it comes to souls. He is even comparable to angels. If it is a complete bone demon soul, even a divine weapon may not be able to seal it easily. Makes sense. Lady Luck has no will in her heart. That's why we can safely treat ourselves as stolen goods. If it is really a god-level existence, I am afraid that the thief will not be able to suppress it even with his utmost will. After all, the quality of the glove itself is there. To be able to rival a divine weapon with the blessing of the goddess heart is enough to defy the heavens. Children, you can leave with peace of mind. Asiat confirmed that the seal was fine and said calmly, I fell into darkness and am destined to go to hell. If you can, please send the diary and this, dark magic, to the Knowledge Association after I disappear. Of course Qin Fei has no objection. Drop. You have obtained a new task, Asiat's diary. Requirement. Give Asiat's diary to the Wisdom and Knowledge Association. Reward. Unknown. Upon hearing this, Sheng Guanyao couldn't help but regretfully said, Grandpa Ghost, can you please stop disappearing? Haha, silly boy. Asiat smiled happily. A memory created by merging part of the soul with dark magic can no longer be called a human being. Death is already a thing of the past, now it's just about erasing the last remaining memories. Leave the dark magic and leave the diary. I can only maintain it for 5 minutes at most. Just come back and collect the diary after a while. Dark magic has been completely integrated into Asiat's soul body after using it. If he hadn't disappeared, this book might not even be available. 5 minutes. If you don't leave the diary, how long can it exist? Qin Fei's eyes flashed, and he immediately reached out to take out the diary and close the pages with a snap. Quote ? Quote. Asiat looked at Qin Fei in shock, but his soul flew into the diary uncontrollably. Flying Emperor. Dongfang Baili was dumbfounded, and then a trace of unbearability flashed in his eyes. Is this really good? What's wrong? Qin Fei didn't understand. Dongfang Baili hesitated for a moment and finally said, Asiat, he probably doesn't want others to know about those things that fell into darkness. Ha, Qin Fei couldn't help laughing and said, I'm not bored enough to watch him die. Then why? Dongfang Baili became even more confused. Don't ask, you will know when the time comes. Qin Fei waved his hand. The rewards of this mission were quite astonishing. Not only the profession, but also the gameplay of the gods. Tasks can be modified, bone demons can be stolen. Then Asiat can naturally survive. It just requires corresponding means. Qin Fei currently doesn't know how to extend the life of the other party's soul, but he has the thief's ultimate intent as a guarantee. It really doesn't work. Then steal Asiat's soul. Hehe. It's not easy to train a guy like a bone demon, but communicating with humans shouldn't be that difficult, right? Legendary mage. Asiat is very good at hiding. He said before that he had no abilities, but before he died, he not only cast super dark magic, but also cast space magic, and took out 3 rare professional items on the spot. Brother, shall we go back and hand in the mission now? Sheng Guanyao saw that Asiat was not dead, and her mood immediately improved. If I get another 10,000 experience points, I will be at level 11. Qin Fei looked at the time and then pulled out 2 teleportation scrolls. I'll go offline to have a meal, you go ahead. Ah. When Sheng Guanyao heard this, he remembered to open the communication. Oops, my mother has called me twice. Dongfang Baili didn't want the team to disband just like that, so he simply said, in this case, why don't we have lunch together, Fatian Emperor, is it convenient for you? Ah, offline. Qin Fei felt a little embarrassed when he heard it. No, I can just eat whatever I want. Dongfang Baili knew in her heart that it was unlikely, so she didn't force it. That's right, the time at noon is already short, so let's start at 3 o'clock. Qin Fei responded casually and clicked to log off. Call. Just a little more for fun. The canteen should be closed. I wonder if Lao Lu and the others brought me a meal. Open your eyes. There were 3 people in the dormitory, all lying on the bed, obviously not out of the game. Depend on. They haven't eaten all of them, have they? Qin Fei sighed secretly and casually sent a message to their bracelets. There are classes in the afternoon, do you want to go? Drop. The message came back immediately. Wang Chao. Brother Fei, help bring some food. I'll come out to eat later. Li Yiming. Foster father, bring me a bucket of instant noodles. Add chicken legs, I want to eat too. Cheng Lang. What level are you at? Have you learned the skills? How much silver coins have you earned? At your age, if you don't practice leveling well, you still dare to take classes. How can you keep going up? Depend on. So he was the one who came out first. Qin Fei replied the message, washed his face and went out. At this time on weekdays, there are still many people in the school. But along the way today, apart from the sweeping lady and the stray cats, I saw very few people in total. Are the gods so influential? It should be because it was quite popular on the first day the server was launched. Think of this. Qin Fei did not leave the school. Instead, he went to the classroom to take a call first. If everyone did not go, wouldn't it mean that he would not even take the call? Teaching building no. 3. The entire hall was empty except for a few people in front of the notice board. On vacation. It's still 7 days. After Qin Fei saw the notice, he was a little confused. No way. The school is on holiday because of a game. This is not like Hamada's previous style. Qin Fei. A call suddenly woke Qin Fei up. He turned around and saw that it was Lin Shichi who was in the same class. She was wearing a pure white dress as usual, and her delicate face revealed pure beauty, paired with her moist eyes and slender long legs. Hiss. As expected, she has been at the top of the school beauty rankings from high school to Hama University. Even after seeing the elves and white foxes in the game, Qin Fei still felt that Lin Shichi's looks were quite good. The only thing that's a little strange is that as a top student, she didn't bring any books with her when she went out today. President Lin, is it really a day off today? Lin Shichi smiled and said softly, even if there is no holiday, you won't come to class, right? Well, Qin Fei suddenly seemed a little embarrassed. This semester, he has been caught by Lin's class monitor for skipping classes several times. How can it be? As an active learner in the class, my love for learning cannot be defeated by a game. Even if school is on holiday today, I will still insist on self-study. Lin Shichi looked over in surprise. Okay, then let me study with you today. Puff. Qin Fei really wanted to vomit blood. Ahem, are you serious? The school has announced a holiday, so why don't we increase the workload for Auntie? Phew. Lin Shichi's laughter blurted out, like a lily blooming in the sun. I'm not teasing you anymore, I'm joking. Phew. Qin Fei finally let out a long breath. Given today's situation, even if the counselor comes, he won't bring a single lesson with him. But the pressure of squad leader Lin is really 3 points stronger than that of the teacher. No way. The two were classmates in high school. The long-term oppression by the 3-year squad leader is definitely no joke. I thought that after being admitted to Binda University, I would be able to escape from the clutches of the devil smoothly. I didn't expect it. After entering Binda University, he was still the squad leader. Good guy. The pressure was doubled on the spot. It's rare that you can go out today. Have you eaten? Lin Shichi changed the subject. Qin Fei shook his head. That's right, I didn't eat either. After Lin Shichi said that, she turned around and walked out of the teaching building. Qin Fei is still thinking about what this sentence means. Lin Shichi, who was in the distance, couldn't help but mutter in a low voice, "Idiot, aren't you going to eat with me?" Depend on. I told you earlier. Qin Fei immediately responded, got it. The campus is extremely quiet today. On the tree-lined path, the two walked side by side, feeling a bit like going back to high school. Lin Shichi beside her was also surprisingly quiet. Among the snack streets outside the school, few are open yet. Hi Qingyuan, I heard it tastes good, why not stick with this one? Qin Fei decided. Hearing this, Lin Shichi looked up at the exquisitely decorated restaurant, frowned slightly and said, "No, I can just eat whatever I want." "Let's go, I'm treating you. Qin Fei made a lot of money today. Otherwise, you might not come to a restaurant of this caliber even if you stay there until you graduate." Lin Shiqi just hesitated for a moment and did not refuse again. The two chose a seat next to the bed and ordered a glass of freshly squeezed juice first. Qin Fei ordered some of the rest of the dishes, looking at the best ones. Lin Shiqi looked out the window and couldn't help but sigh. The influence of the gods is too great. Usually there are many people on this street. It should have a greater impact on students, right? Qin Fei replied casually. When Lin Shiqi heard this, she immediately turned around in surprise. "You haven't watched Doing?" "I did not see. Qin Fei has been playing until now and has no time to play Doing. You usually like to play games so much, I thought you knew it." Lin Shiqi showed a slightly helpless smile. Today's gods are not as simple as previously advertised. As soon as the game started in the morning, there were rumors that the gods might be involved in real-life national competition. Until now, Dragon Kingdom officials have not refuted the rumors. An hour ago, the Longhai group with the prefix Guo offered a reward of 10 million to find the current number 1 player in the game, Fatian Emperor. Ah, 10 million. After Qin Fei heard this number, he was stunned. "Hehe, you didn't expect that, did you?" Lin Shiqi smiled. "Along with the reward, there are recruitment of game personnel from major groups and collective holiday notices from colleges and universities across the country." Oh, Qin Fei finally knew why Binda, who had always been shy, was on vacation. Lin Shiqi added. In addition, the notice also strictly orders the school to expel students for absenteeism. "What is this for?" Qin Fei joked. "Are students encouraged to skip class and play games?" "Yes." Lin Shiqi nodded seriously. Puff. Qin Fei almost spit out his juice. "Really?" Lin Shiqi didn't answer, but her moist eyes suddenly stared at Qin Fei. "Do you know why I came to Binda?" "Well," Qin Fei was stared at and felt a little numb. "I don't know." A hint of helplessness appeared on the corner of Lin Shiqi's mouth, and then she smiled bitterly and said, "Idiot, with my score, I can obviously go to Qingbei, okay." Hiss. Qin Fei took a breath of cold air and said, "You couldn't have come here specifically to take the Binan University exam just to catch me skipping class, right?" "You." Lin Shiqi was completely speechless, and there was even a trace of despair in her eyes. But the complicated emotions finally came to an end. Phew. Lin Shiqi took a deep breath, then with the sweetest smile and the loudest voice, she shouted. "Qin Fei, you idiot, stupid pig. I like you. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more."